where everybody knows your name. Laughter fills the air like a sweet refrain. Sit and share a story, but I drink or two. In this cozy bar, where dreams come true, where smiles and friends remain, and good times ease the pain. Here we go again.
Hello, hello. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you let me know? That'd be just swell. I'm definitely missing something and I can't think what it is. No, not that, not that, not that, not that. Nice hat, the famous hat, thank you. Hi then, Steve-O. Come on, come on. What a pain in the arsehole this is. Oh. New lights in the cookbook now. We have some mini festoon lights because I thought it'd be nice. I thought they'd look quite okay. Just in general at night, they look rather nice. Just add to the overall ambience, don't they? The overall ambience. Absolutely. Oh. So hello to Steve-O, Helen, the Norfolk correspondent, doing remarkable work in the field. And Ruby Roo too. The greatest tennis ball chaser and catcher in the whole of East Anglia, not just Norfolk. Yeah, they're only cheap as well, but they look rather nice. I've got a thing about festoon lights. The Irish comedian Tommy Tiernan did a gig over in Ireland, outdoors. People just sat around on the grass and there was these festoon lights everywhere and they looked amazing. They looked absolutely amazing, lad. She is fantastic, absolutely fantastic as our Rubes. Oh man. Bit of dolphin friendly Earl Grey. That's a good cup of tea, that. I went for a walk at 7 o'clock this evening. Just as I'd finished work, straight up, straight out, went for my walk, and the sky was just a blanket of cloud. Otherwise I was thinking of going down the beach and doing a sunset stream. No sunset, thought I, just cloud. Start at 8 o'clock and what happens? The sun is out. Hip 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 hooray. But I don't think, see what I mean? It probably looked great down there at the moment, but it wasn't worth taking the risk. Because it would be dull, wouldn't it? Just grey cloud everywhere. Could do with another string over the Bears Paw sign. Well, I could possibly do that. All I've got them at the moment, I haven't even stuck them up properly. There's a hook on one side of the wardrobe bit there. And an old curly hook at the top to make sure that the lightsaber doesn't fall down. So it's just hooked around that as well. I could put them at the back, the same thing. I was getting them just to see what they look like, and I think they look alright, don't they? Not brilliant, but alright. And I quite like the fact that it's a bit more chilled and zen back there now. Instead of having what I used to have with that bright lights up the background. Not good enough. Dan, how you doing, bud? How's things? Sun's out, it's Wednesday. It is, but it wasn't 7 o'clock tonight, it wasn't out. It's got a little battery pack, yeah. That's it. 2 AA batteries, that's all it is. because they're only little tiny lights, so they don't take much electricity. But they're quite cute, I thought anyway. So I might order more of them. Casper, how are you doing? Oh man, it's warm as well. It wasn't warm earlier. I was out this morning. I dropped my daughter off at work at 8 o'clock this morning. Came back home, had half a cup of tea, and then went and picked up my niece and took her to work in Berska at 8:30. Picked her up, and it was warm but overcast. I just thought it was going to be one of those days, and all of a sudden it's got really warm and the sun is out. Hip 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 hooray. Need to look into getting a neon bear's paws sign. Do you reckon that would work? In the background, could that work? Like a proper beer, a beery one that occasionally goes off as well. Gives it a bit of a zzz, one of them. Boss, wouldn't it? Ali Ali O. How's it going, yeah, right, what? I got a few of them fairy lights coloured and white sets. They're good, and they're especially good if you watch Camera Conspiracies. It was a camera channel. He goes on about the Tony in the background, which is like bokeh, but it's a piss take because there's a fella called Tony who keeps going on about how great it is to have buttery smooth backgrounds, so he calls them Tony balls. And when you see them, when you've got the bokeh, you can tell whether or not it's a good lens. This is a very expensive lens, obviously, because I'm a fucking half-wit. Casper woke up this morning, freezing. That's like the start of The Sopranos, but shit, isn't it? Tony Soprano wakes up in the morning, gets himself a gun. Now you wake up freezing. 8 degrees Celsius, and you had the window open above you. You are at work earning the dollar bills. Gotta be done, mate, gotta be done. Ali, you are on anti-duties, so if you're quiet, that's the reason. That's not a problem at all. Families first, always families first. This is just a little bit extra, isn't it? Spending time with your family. A good few outdoor solar sets, good stuff. What lens have I got on this one? It's the... I can't remember now. Which one is it? What make is it? It's a Sigma. A Sigma 16mm 1.4. It's the ZV-E10 with the Sigma 16mm 1.4 f1.4, which is pretty much the YouTubers setup, to be honest with you. It's about 90% of all YouTubers have got the exact same setup, so of course I bought it. I then went and spent loads more money on other stuff, so I've got the Sony ZV-E one, which is a lot more expensive. With a, yeah, I know, with a Zeiss Batis lens, which was also hugely expensive. But I managed to get all that pretty much half price for an amazing setup. I just need to get it out and use it more now. Which is also partly why I bought the action cam, the waterproof action cam. Because obviously rain and stuff. And when I went out onto Ainsdale Beach, I took the camera with me, my action cam, with an ND filter, which is like sunglasses for the front of your lenses. Because if the sand would have absolutely wore it apart to nothing, just take that off and the lens is sound. You got the 35mm coming in. 35mm is an absolutely fantastic focal length. It's pretty much 35 and 50mm is what we see. 35 more than 50 because we also see peripheral as well. So 35 is absolutely fantastic. We need a tech sign. We do. Mandy's still working on the loo break one as well as the tech one. Because we had a break-in once and losing your 20 times optical zoom lens. 5.4 108mm. Oh man. And a 16 times zoom lens with inbuilt filters was the worst. 90% of the value of your cam setup. That is the ridiculous thing. The lenses. Lots of people say you should buy your favourite lens and then buy the camera that suits the lens rather than the other way around. And the lenses are far more expensive than the cameras a lot of the times. The camera that I bought should have cost more than my car did. Obviously I didn't pay that much money for it, but I got lucky with that one. Call you once the stuff comes in. No worries, mate, no worries. It's they're really good, and especially once you've got one, that's it, you're settled. You can take it out, leave it downstairs and stream with it, or take it out and just film with it. It's brilliant, dead easy. You just got used to CapCut, now you've got to figure out VN. CapCut, unfortunately, part of their terms of service means that they could use any video that you've uploaded via them, whichever way they want. So they could take your likeness and use it in a video without your consent, which is stupid. Muy estúpido. VN's good though, I use that all the time now on my phone. Even for stuff that I've filmed on the ZVE1, which has got like a much bigger file size, and it's done in a certain way. It's, what's it called? Not S-Log, it's the other one. S-Cinetone. So it takes a lot of uncompressing, recompressing and triple compressing and all that kind of stuff. It's mad. All tech stuff, I know. Very, very dull and boring, but the idea is to make things look good. Hopefully. Hopefully. I know they don't. You know what I mean? 4K camera, 8-bit face, doesn't work well, does it? Nearly finished 13 out of 16. Do you have your next set of books set up after that? What am I missing here now? There's something just dropped in because there's stuff missing on here, I can tell. It was me. It was me. It's always me. Everything's always me. I used to get blamed for everything in the pub. To be fair, like 99% of the time it was my fault, but not always. I hated that. I was used on many an occasion to avoid divorce. It's not fair. It's just not fair. It froze a couple of times just quick. Right. Excellent connection on YouTube, it says. Excellent on Twitch. Even YouTube was bored of tech talk. But you see, without the tech, there wouldn't be the chat, would there? That's what you've got to remember. All this relies on tech, unfortunately, which is why pushing buttons occasionally makes it go pecs to northwards. Filmed and edited so much jackass-esque videos with your mates as a teen. First time you got a strike back in 2006. When you didn't censure one of those in a trailer for your movie, SU the movie. Now you know. You've got to be really careful what you put on YouTube. Very careful. They don't like stuff, do they? Although they've just relaxed some of the rules, haven't they? If you swore within the first 7 seconds, you were never allowed to fully monetize your content. Whereas now, you can. Now you can. Because the advertisers are able to choose what level of profanity. So it automatically goes to the right people. There you go. Ali Ali out. We will piggly ding. Old school phone, YouTube, press go. It does work. As you can tell by the fact that when I do the ninja streams, they work quite well. But even with that, do you know with the next Everton game I go to? Apparently we've all got Wi-Fi access in the stadium, so it should be, hopefully, it should be better. Although saying that, 53,000 people in the stadium, all bored watching Everton, watching films on the phones. It's going to be a nightmare. But I do like to just, in the car especially, just start. No pissing around. Don't take a photograph beforehand as a thumbnail, just think, off you go. I quite like the decompression of getting in the car after a game and just venting, talking shite. That's going to be a slightly different drive nowadays, isn't it? It's not that far away, like. There's a tyre fitter on YouTube who starts every video with "Hello Shaggers." That won't even flag up in the US, will it? You know what I mean? You wouldn't have a clue. Just think, oh, it's something to do with Austin Powers or something. 50,000 live streams can't be wrong. That was 90 minutes made after he made Jackass Going Wild. After he made 9 episodes of 20 minutes. But it would have beaten 10,000 steps these days, absolutely. Will you be watching Jack Grealish? You never know. You never know. Jack with his fantastic calf muscles may be wearing blue. He could be watching. He could be wearing Everton blue. There's talk about it. There was people who were spotting planes earlier on as well, on flight radar, trying to see whether or not Tyler Dibbling was flying from Southampton to Liverpool. A private jet left Southampton at 4:30 this afternoon and landed in Liverpool at 5:25. Liverpool Airport, which is about a 5-minute drive from Finch Farm, the Everton training facilities. Kiernan Dewsbury Hall signed for us today. 25 million, well spent. Defo top bins lid. So it's been a really good day so far. Apart from work being just a pain. When you want something to work and it doesn't work for you. I'm trying to make sure I'm doing as much as possible, but just things getting in the way. But that's how it is. Want to watch Everton? Which seat? No, man. You know, we have a waiting list for season tickets. There's a game. Oh, is it this week coming up? Or the week after? Against AS Roma. So it's our team versus them, and then afterwards it's an Everton Legends team versus an AS Roma Legends team. So it's going to be the last big test event before we end up with our first game of the season. It's going to be amazing, man. Can you believe that Trump visits Scotland? Do you know what? Yeah, I suppose I know they have to, but the Scottish people don't like him. They never have liked him. From when he started pissing about trying to build golf courses and ruin natural habitats and what have you, bribing people and all this shit. Yeah, they don't like him. And it's good that they let him know. Remember you mentioned Don Crash? I do, yeah. One of his vids went mega viral. He looks like early Aussie. When you mean he looks like early Aussie, do you mean before everything hit? Before the substances hit? Totti, he hasn't been mentioned, but that would be good, wouldn't it? Saying that, I bet out of 53,000 people there'd be quite a decent bit of Totti, won't there? Hang on. That was worth it, Frankie, that wasn't it? Plenty of top Totti. 50,000 live streams. Which one do you want to watch from? Cape app, of course, sorry. You could actually do that, couldn't you? If everyone's streaming from their seats, apart from the fact that it would get banned because, obviously, it's Premier League. Premier League don't want you live streaming the football. You don't mind that little bit beforehand. Micropene. What do you call me? Oh, yeah. Tremendous news, by the way. Amazing news. Have a guess what I've done. Just have a guess what I've actually done. Your minds will be blown. Tremendous news. It's both news and tremendous. No, I have not suck a duck. No, definitely not. Even the one that was peaking. I have indeed instead I have laminated Missouri. Missouri has been laminated, which means it can now go on the United States of Wardrobe over in that direction. I might have to think of a better way of doing this, by the way. Do I automate it? Do I do it so it's like a video that's constantly rolling in the background or something? Got to do something. But they're staying up there anyway. Whatever happens, they're staying up. Do I do it as a little video and occasionally just play it in the corner? Could do that, couldn't I? Just to show people where we've been. We've been nowhere. I couldn't even go to pissing Ainsdale, could I? I took all my stuff with me on whatever day it was, Tuesday, was it? Took all my stuff, and I thought to myself, if it's as good as I think it'll be, we can stream from down there. And it would have been absolutely amazing. But the wind was so strong, there's just no way on earth I could have done it. Did a handstand in Carl Pilkington's garden. I tried, I was banned. You've different ideas on Fantastic News? I printed that off probably about 3 months ago, and it's just sat there waiting to get laminated, and I haven't got round to it. Now it's been laminated. It's one of those things that was on a list, a to-do list, of which absolutely nothing has been done apart from that now. Missouri laminate, an oily Sydney Sweeney ain't got nothing on you yet. We laminate bearded South Carolina men every day. Missouri laminate is coming over to take the world, I'm telling you. There's definitely something I'm missing, isn't there? Isn't there? There's lights, camera, the faction. Now, there's definitely something I can't think what it is. Oh, apart from the fact that I haven't eaten yet. Well, I haven't eaten this afternoon, stroke this evening. I had a cornetto earlier. Just one. Just one cornetto. Denied. Twitch is auto-modded over on Twitch, obviously. People trying to put the stream boo. Who lives in Missouri? It was Sheba, wasn't it? Sheba a Wolf is in Missouri. So I think that takes us to, is it 7 or 8 we've got now? That takes us to 8 states. 8 states of the US we have, including what I thought would be the most difficult, Alaska. What haven't we got? I think we've got New York State, haven't we? California, Missouri, Nevada, Maryland, obviously. That was the first one that went up. Somewhere else, I can't remember. There's 8 of them now, though. 6,245,000 people live in Missouri. It's mad when the states genuinely are insane, aren't they? I mean, I know we know it's big, but it's fucking huge. With the UK, how many times does it fit in Texas? It's absolutely bizarre, man. You had a little cornetto, very nice. Not even looked at. Oh, Norman has been. She has been to. She's been to a ninja, hasn't she? So she has been to a live stream. We're going to have to ask. Is not Norma's not Maryland as well? Is she? Is she? Oh no, she's not. Is she Ohio? We've got Ohio up there as well, of course, because Joey's here all the time. So Ohio's up there as well. I think Norma might be Ohio. What to ask next time we see her. Sheba is indeed the Queen. The Queen of Sheba. Who's she? The Queen of Sheba. But I genuinely thought Alaska would be the most difficult one to get. I thought we'd get loads of them and that would be the very, very final jigsaw. I reckon we'd have done this side before we'd have done that side, to be honest with you. But we haven't had anyone new, have we? Nobody from countries new. Norma's Virginia. Is she Virginia? Virginia IA. Right, that's going up. That means we're up to 9. Fucking hell, man. Isn't that boss? Isn't that boss? Texas is like the it's like Ukraine. It's massive, isn't it? California's another one, which is, isn't it something mad, like the seventh biggest economy on the planet, bigger than most countries on the planet, something weird like that, isn't it? Well, it would be with all the tech people there, all the tech bros, you know what I mean? And Hollywood. California's about the size of the UK. It's, well, probably in size, it's quite thin, isn't it? I know we went from Los Angeles down to San Diego, and that was a fucker of a drive, like. Oh, hang on. What are we having? What are we having? What are we having? It's a Jinxie Jungle Juice. Jinxie Jungle Juice. Dink dank do. I could drink one of them right now, right this second. Absolutely right this second. Yes, yes, yes. Have to get Santiago to pop in. He is in Cali, isn't he? Let's just check this out. I'm going to show you something as well in a minute. The reason why we need him as well is the state flag of California. Oh, hang on, I haven't done it. Oh, man. There's always something, isn't there? Connect. Go on. Is that the state flag of California is a bear? It's a bear. And how can you have all those states' flags without having a bear and the bear's paws? It needs to be done. We haven't had a single person from California. How is that entirely possible? How? You tell me. I can't work it out. California knows how to party. It does. Don't expect me to get the Mercedes low-loaded and bouncing up and down, or have your low rider. New lights, Ali Ali-O. We have some mini festoon lights. Just for people to have a stare at instead of me. Casper, you're going to always send your region's flag. What? Hang on. That looks very much like a Swedish flag if they weren't allowed to use the actual Swedish flag for copyright reasons, like in PES Pro Evo Soccer years ago. Was it PES? Merseyside blue against Merseyside red, that kind of thing. I like that though. I do like a bit of yellow and blue together. And Mandy, sorry, hang on. I take it that's Don Crash, is it? And Ozzy. They are ridiculously close, aren't they? You are right, Mandy, you are right. If Vic streams tomorrow when he turns up, ask him if you can. Just because we need more flags. We need to laminate more flags. Missouri has been laminated. Scoop, scoop, yum, yum. Ruggles Ice Cream Premium. I had a Cornetto earlier, but I would swap it for Ruggles Ice Cream Premium. Don't even know what it is. Send your uncle's region flag from Sweden. Is it the same? Be boss if it was the same, but you're not allowed, are you? What? How is that? That's got to be some kind of Caribbean island, that, hasn't it? Forest fins. I want to be a forest fin. How's it going, Joey? Okay? He sent ETS 21 a Norfolk flag years ago. It's similar to Maryland's flag. Shouldn't a Norfolk flag be in the same colour as my heraldic coat of arms? Oh, yes. Oh. There we go. The county flag of Norfolk. It is, isn't it? Red, yellow, black with low. Do you know what that really is? Very similar with the... What's a lion? Not a lion rampant. What did he call it? There's a name for it, isn't it? That is fantastic. I like that. Isn't there a bear on the Missouri flag? Let me check. It's been laminated. There's not just one. There's two. It's a pair of bears. It's a pair bear. A pair bear bunch. There you go. Doing good. Working away. Good stuff, man. That's the Finnskogen flag. Finns migrated to that area in the 1700s. You lot, all you Nordic and Scandos and all them, just got everywhere, didn't you? While everyone else was quite happy where they were. No. The long-haired ones were in ships, shagging everything that moved. Some things have never changed, eh? Flags with bears. Oh, Mandy, don't. Don't, please don't. How on earth are we going to make sure that we get all of these? Because you know right now, the completionist in me means we are going to have to get every single one of these flags. How do we even target some of these places? That's evil. Thank you very much. Right now, there's Poland. My niece, her boyfriend is Polish, so we might get one of the Polish flags. One of my mates who used to go to footy with, his girlfriend or wife, not sure which one, is also from Poland, and she will have friends. I'll find out and see which ones we can get hold of. Reminds you of South Africa's flag. It's got I like the diagonalization of flags. You have an Ohio Bergie, is that Bergie in your studio? It and Nepal are the only state level or higher flags that are not rectangular shape. All right. Yeah, the Nepal one's triangular, isn't it? Or pennant shaped, isn't it? I like stuff like that. I like flags. Doesn't that sound like the most boring, nerdish shit on earth? Oh, I like flags, me. I even have a Dutch one on me tonight. Danes most successful of all the Vikings went west, Norwegians went north and did small-scale looting, and the Swedes went east. But they've been going west ever since, haven't they? Sort of in their heads. You were born in Warwickshire. Well, yeah, Warwickshire. The Warwickshire cricket. See what I did there? The Warwickshire cricket team is called the Warwickshire Bears. Six. The pub should be serving Hofmeister with the bear on the can. The bear that we've got here very, very much looks like a... Oh, where are you prick? I've just called a non-existent bear a prick. This looks like the Hofmeister bear to me in my head. It's got a look about him, doesn't it? You can imagine they were brothers. Brothers in paws. You know, some girls of Polish descent in Cleveland, and they have got some big ass titties. Do you not think most women do these days? compared to if you go back and watch TV in the 70s or 60s and stuff like that. I've been watching loads of 1930s films. People like Jane Russell used to stand out. Not anymore. It's part of the progression, isn't it? Men get taller. Women get tigger old bitties. A Bergie as a flag. Yeah, there's something about flags. Not just what they look like, what they represent, but the stories behind some of them, why they're the shape that they are, the colour that they are. Like you say, countries' flags are normally all flag-shaped rather than Nepal, but other people's flags are pennant-shaped as well. And just what's the story behind it? What are the colours? Why are the colours on there? In the same way I love with things like football kits. The reason why Boca Juniors play in blue and yellow is because they couldn't decide on a colour for the kit. So they went down to the docks in Buenos Aires. Boca, of course, means mouth. So they started the club down there. They said the first ship that comes in, whatever the colours are on the flag, that is will make the colours of our club. And the first ship that came in was from Sweden. So the colours have been blue and yellow ever since. So I love stuff like that. Alright, Sheldon, fun with flags. No, I do like flags. Your hometown is a flag, green and red. Your country is green, white and yellow. Flag is from 1219, man. Your great niece is 5'9" at 15. So she's bigger than both you and a smidge under 5'8" Victoria. Speaking of which, if you haven't visited our Vic's channel, make sure you do. Is that working? I'll pin it at the top of the chat. Make sure you go and check it out. 3 adorable dogs. Oh my god. 5'9" at 15 is mad, isn't it? That's tall for a girl anyway, isn't it? But yeah. Although saying that, I did a thing on Blue Sky earlier on. Just a stupid little throwaway, what I thought was funny. And then loads of people have started liking it and retweeting it or reskeeting it, whatever it is. Including one woman who was 6'2", a Valkyrie warrior. 6'2" woman. My ex-wife is 6 foot. And that was bad enough. Whenever she was wearing high heels, it was like going up for a line out in rugby. Did you mention rugby?
And Martin afire, trying to make some space. Now then, Martin afire. He's got Alan Tate to beat on the outside, and Shoot is going to go the full length. That is one sensational.
Fantastic try. Athletic Bilbao playing red and white stripes, yeah, because when the team that was created from the owner, it was from Sunderland, yeah. Hence they are Athletic and not Atletico, is right. They also, one of the original badges that they had a ship on the top. And if you have a look at Sunderland's old badge, it also had a ship at the top. Juventus play in black and white stripes because they borrowed a kit from Notts County and liked it so much they kept the same colours. You had a girlfriend that was 6 foot even, right? Tallest you ever dated. Most chicks are 5'2", 5'7". It's not common to be taller than 5 like that. 5, yeah, it is. As I say, my ex-wife, it's me wedding anniversary today, by the way. Yeah, that didn't go well, did it? Yeah, she was 6 foot and still is actually. Very tall girl, which I quite liked. Possibly because it stood out a bit more, I think. Desperately trying to be well by Friday. She doesn't need to push herself. I know what Vic's like, you know. She loves loves streaming, doesn't she? Being part of the community and having a chat with her friends and all that. And if you ever look at any of the videos that are on her channel at the moment, the OGs are still there, still talking to her, so she hasn't lost anything, I don't think. And still gaining subs. Unlike me, hemorrhaging subs left, right and centre. Except I'm making them as well. all I'm doing is I'm losing the people that only like the shorts, and slowly gaining a few more that are quite interested in the long form, thankfully. You're going to AEW wrestling tonight. Look out for you on the TV. I think it's TBS. We'll look out for you. That's on, I'm sure that's on ITV over here. I'm sure it is. I hope she's okay. Please tell her not to worry. We'll still be here, yeah. Oh yes, Sod Streamer. It's the Backstreet Boys at the Dome on Friday. Backstreet Boys, alright. She'll be sound. She will drag herself kicking and screaming from a sick bed to go and see that. I have every George Michael in it. Gotta wear fita. Burr. To quote Father Jack, is that gobshite never off the air? I love that. Love that programme. Not watched that in far too long. Father Ted. Need to watch that again. Look for you on the TV as opposed to the other times when you're on TV, but it's YouTube. Yeah, the proper TV. Not the we run the TV. The proper TV. It's on every single day. Do you know, that's one of the things I actually do like about YouTube. It's like our own little TV world, isn't it? Our own TV station. Whatever we want to put on there, we can do. I have filmed loads of stuff and not uploaded it. Just got round to deleting things. But I can choose whatever I want to put on. If I'm struggling for something to throw on there, I can just go and record something really quick. Like the Ainsdale Beach was amazing, man. I wish I'd have took a better camera with me. Even a shitty camera, but a better camera. One with a bigger sensor. Because it looked stunning. I couldn't believe it when I got home and I thought I need to go and do a thumbnail for this video. The one I captured was just a screen grab and it looked like the Sahara Desert. It was amazing, man. What have we got? An Irish red beer. The winner is Irish red beer. That's Irish red beer. Cashier number 3, please. Why do they always sound like they've got blocked noses when you do that? Cashier number 4, please. Louise, if you're lurking, apologies. Lovely bit of stuff. Lovely bit of kippers. Irish red beer. Speaking of apologies, Esther can't be here tonight either. She was struggling a bit today apparently with lack of sleep and noise outside. She fucking hates the people who live near her constantly with lawn mowers and chainsaws and things. Keep an eye out for her name one of these days. She'll have gone absolutely postal. Wear your own t-shirt to promote your channel. Should do as well. Your own t-shirt with a QR code on there somewhere so people can scan you as they're walking past. That was Mandy's idea, wasn't it? Out of curiosity, did the sea air make me sleep better or not? Yes and no. I slept well, but at the same time, I was also sandblasted. So my legs were sore, my shins, I felt like they'd been proper sandblasted. But the sea air, I mean, I live at the seaside, so I'm used to it, but genuinely being right there in front of the sea, it was exhilarating, it was tiring, but yeah, I did sleep well. You'll know yourself, Steve, that sea air, it's absolute incredible. If you're not expecting it, you know, when you take your kids who are full of energy, you take them to the seaside, they're asleep in the car on the way home. Just, they're not used to it, it's mad. Don't know what it is about that sea air.
Piggly ding. Next.
Piggly ding. Next. Who wants it? Are you offering that beer to people, or are you offering people outside in the car park for a fight, Mandy? Know what you Welsh are like. Get outside, I'll knock your fucking block off, I will. Your big mate just put a vid on Insta and it's so crazy. He's next to his in-laws and his wife's dad is over a head smaller than him. He's getting a little fat though. Oh, I see what that's a hold over him now. Yep. Bet you my skin looks amazing. I look absolutely stunning, Steve. Stunning. Apart from the fact that I also scraped my left leg on the license plate of my car. The front one. So my shin's been torn to bits. I didn't even feel it at the time because I've got very little feeling down my left side. There's science behind sea air. Is there a TV show or a YouTube video that I can watch of this? Because I love stuff like that. Genuinely love stuff like that. But again, you'll know as well, Mandy, living at the seaside. It's really a thing, isn't it? And especially if you're not used to it, and then you're walking on the sand. Oh my word. Oh my word. What have we got? We got ourselves a coffee. Oh my god, the coffee is adorable. Let's get this poured. Let's get it poured. Lovely stuff. I really do like that tray. Can we get them made as well? Solid gold tray merch. Mind you, if it was solid gold, it'd be too heavy, wouldn't it? But you couldn't 3D print that, could you? Couldn't. I'm sure you couldn't. But we need to look at a neon sign, don't we? It's the reason why I got that, to be honest with you. I was trying to get something that looked a little bit signage. It's about the best I could do so far. We'll find something though. There's your coffee. Oh my god. By the way, I was pissed off as well on Tuesday because as I was driving home, the sun looked good over the beach. It looked amazing. As I was driving back, I was driving through Ainsdale. You go up the beach, across the coast road, and then it goes over a bit of a hump before you get into Ainsdale village. And as I was driving up, you could see the sun in the background, sort of over the trees and then over the sea. And it looked insane. But I couldn't stop. I had to keep on driving. At some point I'll have to just go there, try and park up and show you what it looks like as the sun's going down there. But it's amazing, man, it's amazing. Negative ions apparently, article sent. Why salt air makes you sleepy. The power of negative ions for sleep. Oh, we are having a bit of that. We are having a bit of that. So there's an actual reason behind it. An actual reason behind it. Proper. There's nothing better than fishing on the beach at night, freezing cold, but you're toasty because you're dressed for it. You're home and sleep at the drop of a hat. You will do. Combination of a late night anyway. The cold always seems to make people tired as well, doesn't it? The sea air and a little bit of actual physical exercise. That just sounds like the absolute holy trinity, although there's 4 or 5 bits of that, isn't it? Of sleeping. Proper. It'd be like playing football, wouldn't it? Playing 5-a-side near the sea. Be the same thing. How's the knee? Steve-O, how's the knee? How's your knee? How's your Stevel Knievel? Is it alright? I feel your pain with knees. Oh, what have I got to do? There was post arrived this morning. But instead of saying, is there anything for me? All I said was, is there anything with the NHS written on it? Yeah, that'll be for me then. I'll have that. And I did. So I did. Speaking of which, Jackie Lewis, about ye. Ooh. Ooh. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Just not now. Fuck off, man. Go away. So you're trying to get Helen to rub it, but she's miserable tonight. Yeah, we'll try with the knee for a start, Steve. You might be alright then. Helen, Helen, give it a rub. Helen, give it a rub. There you go. We kept the K sound and say knee, like knee, yeah. Same as Knorr, isn't it? The Knorr stockpots, Knorr. Or they were over in Netherlands as well. Yeah, personalised. Is it just, you can't have a different picture on there, can you? It's literally just the same thing with someone else's name. Can we personalise it? Can you put a different picture? I do have a thing, you see. I've got an Everton one, which is just a plastic which is engraved, and then there's a base that's got a colour light in it. If we could get someone to do the plastic with that's engraved, I could put it in there. There's loads of different ones. It all just says, "Welcome to your name's bar." Or have they got different ones there? All signs, bar signs. Right, I'm gonna have to look into that, aren't I? Cheers for that. I will look into it and see what we can get. We need a proper sign. We do. Yep. We had a Jinxie Jungle Juice earlier on, but you missed it, obviously. Too busy in the car park, weren't you, Jinxie? Oh, man, my throat. Yates is a good sign. Yates is a fantastic sign. And part of the reason why I picked that, I could have picked lots of different people. Why can't I be you? As I was a youth growing up, 14, 15, I wanted to be W.B. Yeats. Or I wanted to be Steve Howe, the guitarist in Yes. Or Bob Fripp, the guitarist in King Crimson. Or Alex Lifeson, the guitarist in Rush. Or Johnny Marr, the guitarist in The Smiths. Any of those could have been in there. Andy Gray, I could have been him. Or Marco van Basten. I wanted to be all these people. And I grew up to be none of them. Which is an absolute crying shame, really, isn't it? I grew up to be a fuckwit. There you go. Getting your knee rubbed in the car park. Filthy, filthy. You filthy beggar. Do you make any money out of it, though? That's the main thing, isn't it? How did anyone manage to reach your knee? Would it being that close to the ground? Well, actually, most of the time it's on the ground, isn't it? Filth. Filth. Because she's only small, you see. You went to Yeats' grave a few years back. It'd be amazing. I absolutely love W.B. Yeats. Once I had an American woman go absolutely apeshit because I'd read a little bit of Lake Island history, and it blew her mind completely. As a lot of American ladies seem to find any British or Irish accent incredible. So have you not watched any programmes, any TV shows? No? This has come as a shock to you that we talk like this. Yeah, oh, your fat knee was getting rubbed out there, was it? Filth. She says, we taught you thing, as well, Jackie. We taught you. Done a whole Yeats tour. Oh, I didn't even know there was a thing. So whereabouts is that? Saying that I've never been to the Republic of Ireland, so it could be anywhere in the Republic, couldn't it? And I'd never even get a chance to go. Jinxie behind the bar sorters. I do need to go to Ireland at some point, genuinely. Got to do the wild Atlantic way. And, yeah, a bit of Yeats country. Are we talking about Eddie Yates? We are, yeah. Stan Ogden's best mate. Top fella as well. Twiggy. Yeah, right, Jim. There's not. You did it by visiting different Yeats. Alright, so you did it yourself. A home done Yatesy tour. Alright. There should be a tour of stuff like that, though. Why is it only ever just the same things? Football stadiums. Castles, churches, abbeys and stuff like that. Why not? I mean, I'd love to go to, this is stupid, the grave of Robert Tressel, who wrote The Ragged Trouser Philanthropists, the greatest work of socialism in history. I'd love to go to his grave. Where is it? Fucking Liverpool. I could have gone there millions of times. I've possibly even driven past there, never stopped and had a look. Also, it'd be great to go and see Jim Morrison's grave, just because it's in Paris. How boss would that be? Don't need to be kissing the Blarney Stone. I think I might have been taken there as a child, because I've never shut up, have I? You bring the culture to the show. Absolutely. Well, everyone knew what you meant. All the Brits knew what you meant anyway, so... Know what I mean? We know who Eddie Yates is. He was also in Up Pompeii as a fairly youngish chap in the 60s. You saw Heavy D's grave. We've gone from Tig Old Bitties to a Heavy D. Kissed the Blarney Stone in 1999. To be honest with you, Joey, we can tell, mate. We can tell. You wouldn't kiss it. Be the only thing on the planet you wouldn't do with it. I filled. Bit of curry. Exactly, Eddie Yates. Stan Ogden's bin man, mate. Way before Curly Watts turned up. It didn't taste like pee. That's an urban legend. You might have gone there on the right day. That's the thing, isn't it? I've not even seen the Pyramid grave in Liverpool. I haven't. Do you know what? I only lived in the city of Liverpool for 2 years. That's it. In my entire 52 years on the planet, I've only lived there for 2 years. 4.5 years in Knowsley, which is south of Liverpool, but not actually part of Liverpool. Long time, man. 34 years in... Is it 34? It is 34 years in Southport. So 40 years on Merseyside, but only 2 years in Liverpool. Don't understand going to see gravestones. Do you know what? I don't myself, but I do. It's bizarre. There's like a quiet solemnity to go and to see gravestones, and if it's someone that you really admire as well, I don't know what it is. Because I don't believe in an afterlife. So going there and saying, I really enjoy your work. Thank you for making an impression on me as a child. Thank you. No one's going to hear it, apart from maybe the drunk next door. Still waiting for the lawnmower. He's, oh fuck, we are, aren't we? Bollocks, bollocks, bollocks. We need to go. When I say we, obviously I mean me. It is literally about 1.5 miles in that direction. I can go to that. And the grab all man, who's grabbing all? I'll be right back now. You love old gravestones. I do as well, man. Do I like anything like that? I like stone. Just as a medium, I like stone. When we went to Ingleborough Falls in the Yorkshire Dales, there's just something about stone that is that old just being there. Know what I mean? It's bizarre. It must have been somewhere in the past. It must have been inside the earth in the past. Then all of a sudden it's there right in front of you. There's such a weight to it and a power coming from it. I love stuff like that. I find the same with gravestones. There's like history. It's been the weather beaten. They've been out in the weather all like decades and decades and what have you. Hundreds of years in some cases. Just you can see history written on them. It's mad. It's a pyramid. I know it's a pyramid. I need to go. Go to the museum with him and be cameraman. You could do. You could be cameraman. There you go. You could hold that, couldn't you? Just wander around giving it one of them. Or even a one of them. You could do that, Mandy. You could be that one. How bizarre You wasn't that moved at Stonehenge. Are you dead inside, Jackie Lewis? Super Daniel, how you doing, bud? Can we have Jack Grealish, please, please, please? Jeff is still don't believing it over. Why hasn't that changed? That should have changed. Bottrix is being Bottrix. I think Stonehenge, there's something about Stonehenge and all the big stone circles that is just, that would blow my mind. You would struggle to do that now. Never mind back then. Bizarro. Here, your grave isn't paid for, it's deleted after 10 years and reused. Horrible scheme. You paid for 25 years for your dad's, so you were sure. Oh man. Bad, mad isn't it? Just how would you do that? You're not going to Southport to look at lawnmowers. But people do. Genuinely people do. It's there for a reason, the Lawnmower Museum. People go there. Giant's Causeway in Northern Ireland's the best thing ever. I've been twice and never even made it that close to the Giant's Causeway. I will have to go back at some point just to see that. That is, it looks incredible. Just the pictures look incredible. Actually being there, I think it might blow my tiny mind. Ali, you are to and fro. Don't worry about that, man. Helen photographs old gravestones and transcribes them onto a website. That's a lovely thing to do, that. You love Grealish and you don't want him to leave. We'll look after him just for a season. That's all it'll take. He'll get his mojo back and then go back and be awesome. Just give us 1 year, please, 1 year. Grand Canyon's probably the best on the Devil's Causeway. Do you know what? The Grand Canyon is literally just a hole in the ground. But I can imagine that as well. When you stood there, that must absolutely blow your mind. How can nature sculpt something like that? And then when you think about how big that is, that would fit into one little branch of the one on Mars. I forget what the name of it is. There's like a Grand Canyon system on Mars. The Grand Canyon would fit into one little arm of it. Oh, Steve-o.
It's going up, 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 it's there.
It is there indeed. Go ahead, Sean, lad. Yeah, what if I buy you chips after? Go ahead, I'll be your best mate. Go ahead. Proper chips. Proper chips, chippy chips. Seaside chippy chips. We have got a chippy near the front that I think won awards not too long ago, so just saying. Yay, feggin' ha. It'll take more than chips. Oh, Mandy wants the sausage. Field, Mandy, field. Grand Canyon's nuts. You visited 2 years ago when you were in Vegas. It's just a hole in the ground, but again, stuff like that, just standing there watching around you and thinking, at one point all this was completely flat and somehow nature has carved this out. Or all the things, where's the place where all the westerns were filmed with the big sort of standing stones that have just been left because the weather has blown away half of them. God, what's the name of the place? Just insane. An Irishman named it the Grand Canyon. Well, obviously it would be, wouldn't it? What should we call it? Sure, it's a Grand Canyon, so it is. A battered sausage as well. There you go. Do you want belly rubs, man? Do you want belly rubs? Has anyone seen Henry? I know Vic hasn't been streaming, but has anyone seen Henry for a while? He hasn't asked for a belly rub for ages, has he? Donuts, candy flossed on a stick of rock. We do have them. Monument Valley, that's the one. Monument Valley. Arizona, many westerns. Yeah, Monument Valley's the famous one. You'll recognise it. If you ever see a western from like the 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever, there's always in the background Monument Valley. You can recognise the rocks there. It's mad. Yeah, there's a rock shop as well, isn't there? When I did one of my walk-arounds by the Marine Lake, as I was filming, I deliberately put the R of rock behind a lamppost, so it just looks like they were selling something else. Albert Dock was getting sold there, which is down an alleyway, so it could be. I seem to remember that alleyway where the rock shop is used to be, a lot of filth used to go on there, if I remember rightly. Not me, obviously. I was never like that. Not with a cemetery over the road. Mwahahaha. Where John Ford and John Wayne filmed. Yeah, absolutely. Most of those old westerns, if you go back and have a look, you'll recognise the background. They're just the same rocks. They're so evocative of the West. Not a fan of westerns either, but I recognise them. That's definitely going to have to be on the bucket list when the proper money comes in. Like the lotto win comes in. The MASH set in California. I want to go and do that. There's not much of it left, but I want to go where MASH was filmed. Go and see that. The Albert Zochlar. John Wayne was your dad's favourite, is that? But in truth, he's a fucker. Your dad or John Wayne. Where's the Close Encounters rock thingy? That can't be too far away from there. There's loads of stuff there, isn't there? In that whole Nevada, Arizona area. There's loads of mad stuff going on. They're also really good. I saw an astrophotographer who was teaching people how to take photographs of the Milky Way and things like that, either on the phone or using a mirrorless camera. And he went out to somewhere near there. He was a Welsh fella. I don't think he's with us anymore. He was only young as well. Passed away not too long ago. And just seeing the Milky Way, but there's a hole cut out of it in the shape of a rock, because the rock's dark, you can't see that, but you can see the hole through the middle of it, and you can see the outside of it, just like a rock shape in the middle of, or a rock arch shape in the middle of the Milky Way. Absolutely incredible photos. John Wayne was an alcoholic, woman-hating racist. Did he ever run for president? You're having that one, Dave? A lot of people were back then, weren't they? Yeah, John Wayne had a reputation as well for being not just an alcoholic, but a very, very angry alcoholic, and handy with his fists. Not just with women, but liked a good fight. Part of that same sort of pack of people, like David Niven, that I said last week. People that you wouldn't expect to be into it, but used to go out, drink loads, and just smash places up, and each other. You see the huge fire happening in the Grand Canyon? I haven't seen that. What is there to go on fire in the Grand Canyon? Apart from the occasional tree that's sticking out. You've seen conspiracy theorists trying to say it, and others like it are giant fossilised tree trunks. There could be. There are fossilised tree trunks, but you know when you see proper rocks, and we know what they're like here as well. When you can see wind-weathered rocks, all you need to do is go off the south coast and have a look at some of the, there are some off the south coast, aren't there? Or go towards the east coast, the stacks down there as well, which have just been blown away. And all that's been left is the hard rock, all the sandstone's been blown away and washed away and what have you. We can see that happening to us, where we are. So there's loads of rocks over there as well, which has been blown away in the Zvind. And I know why as well. Just by going on Ainsdale Beach, having that sand being blown at me for 15 minutes, that was bad enough. If you spend thousands of years being sandblasted, doesn't matter how hard you are as a rock or an arch or something, you'll be blown away, man. Very violent, very violent. A violent drunk. Don't need that. All we need are thermoses. The winner is beer. That's beer. Come on, where are you? A nice Baroni. I wouldn't mind a Baroni right now. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. Bosch tune on the Juki there as well, man. Bosch tune. Don't know, something's burning. First they had it burning in a controlled way, but the wind changed and picked and now it's out of control. That's bizarre, but you've got to be really careful in places like that. You can't control nature, no matter how much you think you can. If the wind changes and turns, that's it, you're out, just completely gone. Oh, man. Am I only doing hat changes at the end now? I've moved all my hats around, so I'll need to put them all together. And then maybe, you never know. Who's for beer? Who's for bows? You can't give a baby bows. By the way, I was on the Guardian website earlier on today. The 10 best travel mugs. Not a single thermos between them. Not a smeg cup between them. Absolutely devastated. Who's for beer? Steve, here you go. Get yourself on the outside of that, mate. Is Tomash away? He could be. I know he was looking at the cricket, wasn't he? If the weather was alright. I do not pay for the Guardian. I don't pay for anything. I haven't bought a newspaper in almost 20 years. And I've not really gone on the internet too often. I do on the Guardian website. Just because there's some of the things I like on there. Some articles I quite like. Some regular features rather. But apart from that, I don't read any news. It annoys the life out of me when my mum and dad watch the 5 o'clock news, the 6 o'clock news, the news at 7, 8 o'clock news, 9 o'clock news, news at 10. Nothing's fucking changed. It's the same rubbish over and over again. The same lies. Was there a Yeti? There was. Yeah, there was actually. I don't know whether the Yeti was the number one, but it was highly rated anyway. Yeah, and one of the things the fella did with it was put coffee in it when it was hot, put the lid on and go on a little trampoline, or that mini trampoline, wearing a white paper overall, like a hazmat suit, to see whether or not the coffee came out. And apparently it did very well. They're quite expensive though. That's why you're being made redundant, you fecker. I'm sorry, I do apologise, but I can't read lies anymore. Every newspaper, no matter which side it comes from, is just full of lies. We don't get news anymore in this country, we get opinion. It used to be, they'll tell you what happened, now they won't. They'll tell you what they think happened and what they think the reason is. Bollocks. Just tell the fucking news, we can work it out ourselves. The fire is the Dragon Bravo fire, and it's the Grand Canyon National Park. What? Hope everyone's alright anyway. But it's just reading that though. There's a fire in the Grand Canyon, makes you think, how? 2 planes crashed in the Grand Canyon back in the 50s, was it? Or the 60s? One or the other. 50s I think it was. And that never set fire to the entire Grand Canyon, but just mad. You have wolves, so you don't need fairies. Just like Iceland, no predators but plenty of fairy tale creatures. Iceland love the fairies, don't they? The Isle of Man do as well. The Isle of Man. The TT riders, what am I on about? TT riders also go round and stop at certain places and write little notes to the fairies just for good luck. Whether they're superstitious or not, it just seems to be part of TT folklore now. It's mad. Mad thing, fam. The Irish love the fairies. The Icelandics are absolutely mad for it, aren't they? I want to go to Iceland. It's currently 46 degrees Celsius in Phoenix, Arizona. It's too hot, man. Why is the US all of a sudden that hot? I know it's always been hot, but hasn't it suddenly gone stupidly hot? Death Valley wasn't even that hot, I don't think, the day we were there. Ireland has fairies and shite. So yeah, some of us are away with the fairies. I'm not. Yeah, you are not far off. It is too damn hot. Too damn hot. away with the sugar plum fairies. He lived in Phoenix for 10 months in 2007. What's it like? I always get the idea, there's certain American cities or towns, wherever, I know it's a city, that as soon as I hear them I just think, they must be really dull. They can't be. Phoenix is one of them. It just sounds like the kind of place where nothing really happens. It might be through watching films when I was growing up. You know, those films where people live in the suburbs and nothing happens and these kids have to go and make their own adventure. Bill and Ted, Back to the Future, all that kind of stuff. I was at the feeling that the whole of Phoenix is like the suburbs. Probably completely wrong. Ireland still has nun teachers. No wonder they have fairies. You have to believe in something, don't you? Yeah, Catholic controlled school. There shouldn't be religious anything involved in schools. Definitely not. Especially nuns are evil, aren't they? How can you be that close to God and be that evil? Hope it stays hot and the hammock don't break down because we'll get cold ourselves. We'll be alright. Downtown Phoenix, literally nothing is going on. The concrete makes it almost unbearable. Yeah, actually, it does sound a really concretey place, Phoenix. As though you couldn't tell the difference between a courthouse, a library, a school, and a hoe house. You know what I mean? Take religion out of schools. Definitely it needs to be. Kids need to learn. Just learn proper stuff, things that will help you. Religion will not help you in your further life. Don't care what anyone says. Whereas teaching them how to use credit cards or how not to use credit cards, how credit works, how to change light bulbs, how to fill in a form, how to apply for a mortgage, how to do all that kind of stuff, that will help you in your future life. How not to get scammed, that kind of stuff. The one that I almost got scammed with last week or the week before was mentioned today on Good Morning Britain or one of those stupid TV shows. I got home to have my cup of tea and it was on. And whoever it was talking about it. I almost got scammed. It was so good. Thought it was one. You were Phoenix, Arizona. You think take it easy? Was that Winslow, Arizona? It is the Thiegels, isn't it? Thiegels. Can't stand Thiegels. My dad used to have one in the car all the time. Always went to Temp or Scottsdale. Even though your address was in Phoenix, you were right on the border. You went to Arizona State to party. You have DUP schools. Oh man. Double underneath penetration schools. Kinky. If the AMC weakens much more, we wouldn't be alright. Yeah. We need the currents to stay as they are. The schools in town, there's no nuns in the schools because they're all too old. Good, get them out of there. Don't replace them with young, up-and-coming, lunatic fucking nuns. Never rains in Phoenix either, so they have no proper drainage system. Right, any bit of rain creates huge floods. It does, doesn't it? You're better off having regular rains and the place gets used to it. Same as if if the water's really sodden and it rains, it's twice as bad for you. There's a continent in town where nuns are, but not many now. Religion in general is going to die off completely because people are just sick of it. Vic, how you doing? Viva Paws Vegas. The link to her channel is at the top of the chat. Make sure you go and check it out for some adorable dogs. Oh my god. The dogs are adorable. Drove all the way up to Winslow, Arizona to take a picture. That's literally all that's in Winslow is the Corner Museum. 3 or 4 hours north of Phoenix after Navajo country. But you've got to do it, haven't you? When you're close to somewhere like that, you've got to go there. Quick pick, back in the car, go somewhere interesting. When you invade Greenland, just imagine the reverse of Phoenix. There you go. Standing on the corner of Winslow, Arizona. Such a fine sight to see. It's a girl, my lord, in a flatbed Ford. Sorry, you shouldn't be saying that because the Eagles are notorious, aren't they? Banning things that ever mention. You can't even talk about the Eagles. If you talk about the Eagles, they'll throw you in jail. Protestant school. I know what the DUP is. Jaggy Lewis. Most of northeast Arizona is not American land, it's Indian reservation. All of America should be Indian reservation. Solidarity, brothers. Just a quick one for you as you're back in work in 10 minutes. Make the most of every second that you're away from work. Feck 'em. Still sick, but getting there soon. John Jay's crossed. Aye, but a George Michael. Gotta have faith to faith to faith there. Murmur. Slowing down to take a look at me, it is. I don't like the Eagles. I think it's possibly because it was overplayed when I was a youth. Because it was dead easy. Eagles music is the most easy stuff on the planet to play. So when my dad was learning guitar, he used to play loads of it. That song especially. Fucking hate it. Every time he put that on or John Denver on in the car, for fuck's sake, can you put the Beatles on or Jerry and the Pacemakers or Simon and Garfunkel or something or Queen? Anything. Not this shite. Winslow, Phoenix, tomato, potato. Yeah. You know what you like with names? You'd recognise the city's face though, wouldn't you? We know that, Mandy, we know that. Yeah, and as Ali says, Vic, don't stress. We will be here when you come back. Just catching up on a chat. North Rim Road is now closed and our hotel there burnt down. Oh man, that's sad. Is everyone okay though? Houses and hotels can be rebuilt. People can't. I know. If people could be rebuilt, I'd be sat here now with a bionic arm. Or we'd be down the beach and I'd be filming on my bionic eye with built-in Wi-Fi. Holy shit, Vic. That's the bit from Batman that got cut, wasn't it? The 60s Batman. Holy shit, Vic. Now can we change that to Holy Toledo or Shazam or something? You have the biggest state park in the world in northern Greenland. You would love to visit. Seen some polar bears and muskox. Muskox are fucking huge, man. But the polar bears would knack them, wouldn't they? Meet some Easterners. Most Greenlanders are from the west and it's like another language. Right, I'm currently working one of our tour products now. I was supposed to go. Ah, it's horrible that. Poor sods. Hopefully everyone's alright. That's the main thing, isn't it? Keep everyone alright. Vic said rim. We're having a Frankie for the rim. There you go. Oh, pick from Joey sent. Hang on. Where are we? Right. Joey wasn't messing at all. There you go. Winslow, Arizona. As if by magic. Funnily enough, one of the pubs that I used to drink in outside Goodison Park, Everton, is called the Winslow. So it's not Arizona, but the Winslow outside the Goodison. That'd be a good double, that, wouldn't it? Winslow, Arizona, and the Winslow outside Goodison Park. There are 3,000 people on the eastern coast. 2,000 miles of just a few small villages. That is sparse, man. I have got all the voices. All of the voices, I just don't use them in the correct order. It's absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. My throat's going tonight though. See, the sun went and it's got a strange purple colour now. Love to visit Greenland, but you're waiting until you know who is not president of you know what. There you go, yep. I think Piggly Ding next. Hands in the air. I think travel is going to be a lot easier for Americans in about 3 or 4 years, maybe 5 or 6, just to let it cool down a bit. And it's out of order as well, because it's not American people's fault, is it, that Trump's a fucking lunatic? Well, he is, you know what I mean? It's not really a contentious thing to say, is it, that he is a lunatic? But at some point you get back to having... It takes something, it really does take something to make George W. Bush look statesman-like, doesn't it? You know what I mean? Pitch black there. It's not here, mate. It's well, we are out west, aren't we? So it's still alright. Still quite a bit of light. I think we're still in blue hour here. It's nice. Ali, 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 oh, be right back, no worries. Also, why were we talking about battered sausages? Mandy wants a battered sausage. And chips, and donuts, and rock. Just to be my camera guy. You'll be holding this soon, Mandy. As we wander around the British Lawnmower Museum. Yes, the British Lawnmower Museum. That's the Lawnmower Museum of Britain, which is in Southport. Eddie Yates was Winslow. Oh, well, close. Onslow. Winslow is in Cheshire as well, isn't it? So it's not far away. Who has the number one crying? Who has got the number one crying? It must be Steve if it's not showing up. Not completely dark. You're further west than we are. Well, you're fucking well further west than I am, Jaguars. Trump's a lunatic, he is, man. Yes, Mandy wanted, or should I say, demanded a battered sausage. You're right, Steve, you were absolutely 100% right. Mandy's mad for the sausage. Your friends in Nuke aren't fond of the Americans these days. Not a lot of people are, but it's out of order. We've got loads of American friends and they're all sound. They don't make foreign policy, that's the unfortunate problem. If they did, it'd be more likely that we're all visiting each other every 5 minutes, you know what I mean? Mandy would rather have a hot dog. Oh my god, a hot dog. As you would prefer to have liquidized hog anus instead. Fair enough. Vic, you want one too? Oh, battered sausage rather than a hot dog with mushy peas, of course. Mushy peas are an elite tier of food. I don't care what anyone says. If you add it to anything, it's better. You can even have hot dogs without the hot dog, but with mushy peas in them. A pea dog. That's what they actually sell them in Wigan. A hot dog bun with mushy peas in. Dirty bastards. Keeping up appearances, Onslow he was. 2 for 2 on names tonight. I knew exactly what you meant, so you weren't that far off. We'll give you 1 3/4 for 2 tonight. Lee Mack talked about giving to the Southport Lawnmower Museum, and would I lie to you? He is from Southport, is Lee Mack. He went to school just about half a mile up there. 2 miles, no, Stanley is about a mile that way. Yeah, tried to work it out in my head then. 1 mile down that road. Yeah, you are almost in the US compared to Steve, who's almost in the Netherlands. It's fucking mad. We're in the same time zone and you're all the way over there. She's all the way over there. It's a mad thing, fam. Man, you'd rather have a Chinese. The same road that has a really good chippy also has a fantastic Chinese buffet. All you can eat buffet. You'd have weed diplomacy if you were president. Smoke with all the world leaders. Do you know what? It would solve a lot of trouble, wouldn't it? Imagine that. If all the world leaders got together and just smoked. We're going to bomb you, we're going to bomb you. No, do you know what? Let's all just get bombed together. There we go. Problem solved. Do fast Tommy Chung, what kind of weed he would smoke with Putin. Oi, oi, Savaloy. You lucky people. You wouldn't get into the US, especially if they checked your phone. Definitely not. Some of the pictures you've got on there, you filthmonger. If anyone needs an American to vouch for them, give you a call, you'll sweet talk the immigration. There you go. All you need to do is take a burner phone with you. Just one that hasn't got anything on it. Get yourself a couple of mates sent in. A couple of messages sent on there so it looks like you've actually used it, and then in you get. When the USA Denmark has no tie to Greenland, just see people in the country that are a mix of Danish and indigenous. Weed prices in Greenland is about 20 times that of Denmark. That's a market then, isn't it? If it's 20 times more than Denmark, get yourself in there. Back to work, Vic, no worries. Catch you later. Don't work too hard. Come on. Health before wealth. Health is wealth. Mate told you how it's smuggled in. It's not smuggled in puffins or something, is it? Something weird like that. Walruses. Walrus tusk full of weed. You would have thought it was just legal there, wouldn't you? It's fucking Greenland. Just let it be there. You can't grow it there, but you know how the south pays about 5 times the Danish prices and about 20 times the furthest north. What? Money to be made. There is Dwayne Eddies to be made. Why so expensive? It's supply and demand, isn't it? If it's difficult to get to, then and loads of people want it, you can charge what you want. You could probably smuggle it in the air, through the airbase in Thule. Possibly should do. Money to be made, man. Call it a side hustle. You're about to get a hold of some people in New Jersey who make that run twice a week on the C-130s. Easy money, talking 50 times markup. There is money to be made. Just don't YouTube it. Don't show the drop. Still, a distribution would be a mother. Oh yeah. Sled dog weed delivery. Oh my, imagine that. Imagine that turning up. Wouldn't you love that? That'd be boss, man. In fact, why can't we have that anywhere where there's snow? Sled dog deliveries for everything. Are American soldiers allowed to smoke? Because they're allowed to back home, can't they? And if you're on a base, isn't that classed? Is that the same as embassies? Is it still classed as being American territory, sovereign territory? Is that how that works? They're easily bribed. No one says no to crazy old war vets. There's a film in that. There you go. There's a proper film in that one with just that tagline, no one says no to crazy old war vets. Make it so, make it happen. Write it, man. You might have in Alaska, but you're about to ask your buddy who lives up there. Get it sorted, we need to know about this. Do you have someone that got a job on a supply boat and that would get a hold of a life vest and a GPS? They put the Rogas in the life vest along with the GPS as they were going into the harbour, and a mate would search for the GPS in a small boat. That must have made things a lot easier for people. Must have made it a lot easier. Put like an Apple Air tag on something. Just get someone going out searching for it. Have you lost your phone? Where's my weed? Beep, beep, beep. There it is. Surely it's legal in some states. Most states it's legal, isn't it? So would it be legal at a base, or would they think that you're not allowed to have any substance in you while you're on active duty? I don't know. Legal in 24 states recreationally and 41 states medically. Might be higher. It's pretty much like 24 out of 50 is not too bad, is it? As Meatloaf would sing if he got to his later on in his career. Then it went by dog sled to the north. No wonder it costs money. If that's what you're having to do to bring it into the Greenland, you know what I mean? Charge what you want for it. It's illegal on all federal property, technically. Yeah. Well, you can't bring weed into the office. There's always rules like that, isn't it? No matter, you could go outside and do it, but as soon as you walk in the front doors, you're not allowed to. You can see that star in Cheech and Chong. Wouldn't it work perfectly? I'd watch that. No one says no to a crazy war vet. Dave's not here, man. It's still illegal if you are a service personnel. Yeah. Because obviously, what you're supposed to be doing if you're a serving personage is not to have something in your system that could possibly send you a little bit fucking loopy. I mean, during World War II, was it? Or it was one of them. They was sending people into battle pretty much speeding the tits off. And then they stay up for 4 days fighting. Just bang, 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 and anything that moves. You don't want that. And you certainly don't want that in like an F-14 or a Eurofighter Typhoon thing. Someone who's absolutely off the box in £20 billion worth of gear. Pointing mini nuclear weapons at someone you don't like. Fucking hate him. No can do, man. In Greenland, you can't, like the USA, buy guns at the grocery store. They start hunting from the age of 12 and up. That is completely different, that though, isn't it? If you were in, I don't know, Alaska, northern Canada, northern Russia, Greenland, anywhere where you've got things that genuinely want to eat you, like polar bears, you should be allowed to buy weaponage. I'm not 100% sure, like on the Mark Thomas comedy product, that bank in Texas that was, whenever you opened an account with them, they give you an assault rifle. I don't think that's a good idea, handing over a rifle and ammunition inside a bank. Just give them a fucking balaclava as well and then turn your back, count to 10. While I'm here, I'll take all the money, motherfucker. That's why you didn't start until 2015. Yeah, took your time until you got there. Weed is still seen as a hard drug. It shouldn't be anywhere. Although I don't agree with this stuff. It grows on the on God's green earth. It's natural, therefore you should be able to take it. Yeah, well, so does giant hogweed. So does opium. You've got to be careful what you take. Know what I mean? So do certain mushrooms that if you take a little bit of it, you never wake up ever again. Just because it grows doesn't mean it's good for you. You know what I'm saying? Could have probably gotten away with it if it wasn't for those meddling kids. Oh, hang on a second, that's Scooby doing it. Because he was only in the air guard part-time for 20 years. Why risk it? Definitely don't risk it. You can wait until you get out and then go and do what you feel like. Yeah, the funny things about the USA is the places where guns are illegal is probably where they should be legal. And vice versa. Definitely. In Longyearbyen. What a boss name, Longyearbyen. In Norway, it's illegal to go out without a shotgun as polar bears are all over. I'd love to go to northern Norway. But I think my arse would go as well. Genuinely. The lads from All the Gear went to somewhere in northern Norway. One of those ones where it's daytime all night. 24-hour sun. And it absolutely messed with their heads. Brilliant though. Love watching videos about Svalbard. It looks amazing. The whole area looks incredible. I mean, weird because of the weather. Weird because of the sun. Weird because it must be, there's no one there really, is there? I mean, there are places within the Arctic Circle where there's lots of people, but not lots compared to big cities or big towns. Just being somewhere where it doesn't get dark and being like 4 or 5 of you, that must send you absolutely Hertz van Rendel. Ollie, ollie, oh. Hands in the air. The same as the Antarctic, the research places that they have down there. People have to be watched very carefully because they have a tendency to flip and go a bit weird. Someone was attacked, weren't they? Not too long ago, I think. It's absolute girder down there. Why did you attack that other person who's one of your best friends? He was breathing. I fucking hate it when he breathes. Watched the video about the island's 24-hour sun in Norway. It is crazy. As I say, All the Gear, which is started off from a car channel years ago. They go and do challenges. They go and do like camping challenges, or they try and have breakfast in one country, dinner in the next, and then tea in another place. Really good channel. And they went to northern Norway and just went for a mooch in the 24-hour sun to see how it would affect them. And they both went a little bit loopy. Because you can't, your body clock must be so messed up. You need to watch the latest Long Way Home with Ewan McGregor. I've not watched any of that. I've watched the Long Way Around, the Long Way Down. I've not watched the Home. Where's that on, Steve? Is that on, like, is it Netflix or Amazon or something? I like that. Him and Charlie Bowman have got quite a good relationship, haven't they? Funny, the pair of them. Your buddy Renee was in Longyearbyen for 5 years, and they have Midnight Sun from the 19th of April through to the 28th of August. That would absolutely burn my head out. Polar Night from the 14th of October to the 17th of February. Half the year of day, half the year of night, just would absolutely cabbage my head. I would be bollocksed. How do you get your head around it? You can't. I'll see it in the morning. And the next time you see them, you got a full beard. It just doesn't work. Full beard, and she's female. Right. In 1982, Kennesaw in Georgia made gun ownership compulsory to promote safety. They are absolutely insane. Is that Georgia as in Yeehaw, Georgia, or Georgia as in Soviet Union, Georgia? He took folks out on dog sled rides. You only get 18 hours at midsummer. Oh, it's mad, man. Svalbard, that's what I would love to go to Svalbard. There's loads of places on a bucket list, and they all tend to be Northern Europe for some strange reason. Apart from the Himalayas or the Karakoram, I'd love to just go and see Mount Everest, go and stand somewhere where you can see it, not on a film, just see it's over there, one of those. And the same with K2. But both of them are just going to see them. You've got to be up high, haven't you? I don't know. Would my brain explode? My previously exploded brain? Not sure you could cope with that. Jackie, you could cope with that. All at 4 o'clock in the morning in car parks in Craigavon, you know what I mean? That's training for you. Most of it is in Scandinavia. It's on Apple TV. Ah, right, I haven't got that. But I could sign up for a free trial, couldn't I? Visited your uncle in winter in Sweden and the sun rose at 11 and set at 1. Bollocks to that, man. Georgia, USA, not Georgia as in that's where Stalin came from. Spent some time in Georgia. Savannah is amazing, especially the old town in downtown. Some of the south does look absolutely incredible. Like on American standards, a lot of it's quite old, isn't it? Not old as in like European or African standard, but for American standards, pretty old. They haven't just knocked it down and replaced it with glass and steel, which a lot of places bloody do. I think somewhere like Savannah would be a lovely place to go. Maryland has got a bit of that as well, hasn't it? Some of the old school stuff there. Are you spinning or would you like to order? You ordering, I'm spinning. Quite hot. Yeah, I can imagine the whole, that south looks crazy. Got a friend who lives in Mississippi. Just says that some days it's ridiculously hot. Other days it's like living underwater because it rains that much. And she's convinced that Bigfoot lives just down the road from her. I don't know. Svalbard has some amazing 300-year-old Syrian mine remnants. Sun reddish and gorgeous, just coasting across the horizon. Just be head would be west. I couldn't get my head around it. I really couldn't. It's bad enough when you go somewhere. Again, America using that as an example. Friends from Formby, they've got family that live in San Jose, so they go over to, they've got family in America and family in South Africa. So one year they go to South Africa, following year they go to America, and they just say it gets to about 5 o'clock in the evening and it's dark within seconds. It's not the same as they have over here, where we have summer has really long nights, where 11:30 at night it's still basically sunlight. Nothing like that. 5 o'clock, bang, done, dark. I'm not sure I can get my head around that either. I like it the way it is. Rock Shandy, go ahead, Rock Shandy. This should be popular with everyone. Russian mines, I was wondering what you meant there. Syrian. I thought, was it Syrian? Is that some kind of something? Mineral. Syrian minerals. Bit of pub rock shandy. Oof. Get it down you. Get yourself on the outside of that. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. Dink dank do. Oh man. I should have brought a beer with me really, shouldn't I? A non-alcoholic beer. 2 hours a day, like, that's just not good enough. Unless you're a goth. That'd be boss, wouldn't it? There must be more goths up there than there is anywhere else, apart from possibly Wales. Met loads of goths from Wales. Isn't that weird? I love goths. Especially goths in Christmas jumpers. There's something, the juxtaposition between the light colours and the airiness and the dark makeup and all that stuff. It's fucking brilliant. We should have a website just entirely of goths in Christmas jumpers. Make it happen, someone. I'd watch that. Videos of goths doing human things in Christmas jumpers. Who wouldn't watch that? Tom to tom tom tom. Closest to the equator, the more straight. Yeah. Well, we went to Cuba, which was fairly close. Which was a really strange thing as well, because where we were, we're off the northern coast on the Cayos. so we could look towards the east. We couldn't see the sun setting, we could see it rising, we could also see the moon rising. So it was a blood red moon, genuinely blood red. Not a little bit orangey, but it looks a bit reddish. No, blood red coming up. But yeah, that was like equidistant days and nights. Couldn't get used to that either. I quite like the early evenings during the winter. Just a little bit of it. And then the long days during the summer. Similar kind of thing. Quite like that. Gives us a little bit of a change in what we are, I think, in the UK. Close to 20 in the summer out here. Exactly, yeah. Small in winter, big in summer. There's a goth and steampunk festival at Whitby. Whitby's been famous for stuff like that, hasn't it? Dracula and all that kind of stuff, and Frankenstein's monsters, and that's just the women. I'm only joking. They're lovely, the women of Whitby. North or South Cuba? It was north. It was the Cayos off the top of northern Cuba. Cayo Guillermo. The plane landed in Cayo Coco, which is the big airport. Weirdest airport on the planet. Well, the weirdest one I've been to anyway. It was an international airport with jets coming in from all over the world. And then there's a little regional part of it, which, where we were waiting, was outdoors. But it's a little enclosure, which was like a little bar on the Serengeti, it looked like. All the chairs were made out of animal hides. Just out in the open. A little bit of a cover over the top so you didn't burn to crisp, like, but you could hear all the planes taking off really loudly. Sat there having a mojito. Fucking boss, man. I love that. What a place. Wouldn't mind a 20 hours daylight. Filt. Steaming is very popular. It is, as well as steampunk. It is. It's very popular. Our Kirsty likes a bit of that, doesn't she? But they are steampunk. The steampunk look. Steaming is definitely very popular. Normally in car parks at 4 o'clock in the morning in Northern Ireland, isn't it? Jaggy. Filt. Filt. Utter filt. You filthy beggar. We had a steamer. Wonder where that is. Good for cleaning your car, steamers. What you do is you put it through the air conditioning or through the vents and put it on recircle, and it kills all the bacteria that are in there. Auto-erect did that. Always blame autocorrect. Never your fault, is it? Aye, is it? Jinx, it's never your fault. Bloody autocorrect. To be fair though, is steampunk even on there? Oh, hang on, sorry man, didn't see that. Bar signs. I could get a bar sign made, couldn't I? I think I've still got the original pick to make it into a sign. I don't know. Could we do that? Is that a thing? Or do you just pick from pictures that they already have? I'll look into that after the stream. Thought it was Jeff. It's always Jeff. Did you not know? Jeff and autocorrect. Potato, tomato. Jeff is evil. Jeff does evil things. Got on my throat, man. Do you know what? This is what happens. I dropped Jess off earlier on. I had a quick talk to her, but apart from that, I haven't really spoken all day. So my throat's knackered. I should sing, shouldn't I? In the lead up to this shite. Oh, hang on. Beer again. More beeroni. More beeroni. I could do with a beer. This is where Mandy needs to sort out that loo. The loo one, so I could just play it and then piss off and go and get myself a beer. There you go. I could do that, couldn't I? Nice bit of beeroni. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Who wants a beer? I'd love a beer right now. Oh, it is dark now. Oh, tell you what though. That is a lovely coloured sky. Lovely. Indigo, I think you call that. Indigo. Can I not make the corner smaller and shove it up the corner? I can do. If you'd like to, I can do. Then nobody will be able to see it. Do you want it smaller? The winner is cider. That's cider. There you go. That was done live. Buttons have been pressed live. Are you happy with that? Are you happy with that? How are you in yourself? Right, get off the fucking thing. Less pink would be a start. I can do that as well. That was side A. What have we got? No, it's not that. It's not that one. Oh shit, widget. Is it widget? It is, isn't it? Wheel of Fortune. We can change the colour. Right, I'm having it blue. Fuck yous. Let's go in blue. Pink is nice, but blue's better. There you go. Not green. We haven't got not green. The colour not green on here is bloody awful. It's pretty much the same as the pink, to be honest with you. In fact, I'll do that. Go on, I'll save that one. We'll try the not green next. Next spin should be not green. Fucking hell, man. I am worth it. I bought myself a new pair of shorts, by the way. The ones I'm wearing cost 60 quid, which is stupid for a pair of shorts. But they are designer and they've got elastic thingy on the front of them. That's purple for you. Sorry, not green. They had a half price sale, so I bought another pair instead of blue. These ones are mint green. Mint green. I can't even read that. Chalk and Tear, there you go. The winner is Chalk and Tear. That's Chalk and Tear. Cashier number 3, please. Currently trying to get the niece to sleep. Is it my sonorous voice, my soporific voice, not sending her off? You are feeling sleepy. Sleepy. You are feeling sleepy. There you go. Cut the legs off the jeans I never wear. No, because I am not wearing fucking jean shorts. Not a chance. The lads in work were wearing them a few years ago and it looked repulsive. I'm not wearing them. Just not wearing them. And I'm certainly not wearing them as in like Daisy Dukes. Not a chance. Whether that far up your arse, you can almost see what you had for breakfast. Definitely not wearing them. Not a chance. End up looking like David, the only guy in the village. Not a chance. Not a chance. Filth monger, Mandy. No, but these are nice. They're quite baggy. Lots of room for activities. And they don't fall down like Weebles. So yeah, mint green. It's a really nice colour, mint green. And I think navy goes quite well with it, so most of my stuff is navy. You've got headphones on, otherwise you'll be asking 5 million questions, including, yes. Auntie Ali, what's a fucking gobshite? You are, get to sleep. There you go. Good job, really. Apologies for the language. You are, not you, Ali, you're not feeling sleepy. Kids are feeling sleepy. Petrol Navy, they are Petrol Navy. Jaguars, be right back, no problem at all. I do like. I had a load of washing to do. My ma was loitering near the washing machine, so I just said, "Are you using the washing machine?" I've got a load. She went, "Oh, give us the darks." It's all fucking darks. Everything I had in the whole basket was just full of darks. There's nothing else in there that can't go in right now. which I think is the best way of doing it. Don't have to separate colours and whites and everything because they're all the same pissing colour. Navy. She knows full well what a gobshite is. She's Irish, of course she knows. Of course she knows. That's where gobshites come from, isn't it, Ali? I'm only joking. I'm only kidding. I'm only teasing you. Just quickly seeing on Blue Sky to see if there's any Tom news, to see if he's around and about. It's Wednesday, isn't it? Obviously it is Wednesday, not Sunday. Otherwise I'd have been working for nothing all day long. But I haven't. All I've done is I've laminated Missouri. That's it. That's the sum total of my work today. Laminating Missouri. Oh, and driving people around, of course. Sure, I've got somewhere else to go. I'm on the phones again on Friday afternoon, so I can't even go to Wigan on Friday. I need to fit that in soon, and I can't because I've been on the phones all the time. Tomorrow, what's tomorrow? Oh, yeah, I'm on tomorrow as well. I've got to cover tomorrow afternoon, so that's the reason why I couldn't go tomorrow. Fuck. Next week, got to take my dad to Joey Jones' funeral, which is the 20th. I can fit another day off in between. I've got one more day left for the rest of the month. After that I could take flexi, but I need to fit in a day somewhere where I go and get my bloods done ASAP Rocky. Otherwise the lovely nurse who I spoke to will go mad and kick me off her list. I don't want that. Everyone on holidays, not just holidays but also term time, Mandy. It's a really good place to work if you've got kids, whether you're male or female. There's lots of women who work with us who've got kids who take the time off, but there's also fellas who do the same thing, so it's not just women. But it's really handy for women who've had kids who are trying to get back into work. They can just come and do term time. They've always got time off with the kids, all 13 weeks holiday, wherever it is. So they're off. People are on holidays because it's summer as well, so we are very, very thin on the ground. And I can be relied on to always be here, unless it's a hospital kind of day. But even then I try and book them way in advance, or have stuff like my dentist appointments are normally 8:30 in the morning, so by the time I finish with them I can get home, log in for about 10:30, 11 o'clock, and I work till 7 anyway, so I've done my day by that point. But you know, I don't mind sitting on the phones. Nobody really rings too much. I'll just sit here quite happily, massive cup of tea, audio book on, clearing cases, waiting for the phones to ring. I don't mind, as long as it keeps them off my case as well. A firm believer in shit rolls downhill. If your boss is not getting it in the neck, you don't get it in the neck. Keep them sweet, they'll keep the one above sweet, etc, etc, etc. Not hard, is it? There's only me who's not on holidays. I tend to take a single day here and there rather than a big 4 or 5 days at a time kind of thing as well. Although I did take a few 3 days over the last 2 years or so. I've taken more 3 days off than I have done in a long time. Just as a complete break. A day or 2 days isn't really much of a break unless you're doing it for the weekend, Friday and Monday. But if you take 3 days off, you can end up having, it's a decent run of time off then, isn't it? You can actually go and do stuff, like visit the lawnmower museum and stuff like that. I'll look tomorrow and see if there's any leave available. If not, September's coming up, isn't it? That's when people will be back, and we'll be back to normal. We're supposed to have an 80-20 split. 80% in, 20% off, which is difficult because we haven't got a full 10 people on the team at times. I had a year off after the stroke. It wasn't even a full year really, was it? was near enough a year. I come back home in the end of October 2022. I started back working in January, February 23. Just, I think it was one half day a week for so many weeks, a full day a week, 2 days a week, and then 3, 4, up to 5, and it took until July 23 before I was working full time. So I was off. It was August, September, October, November, December. I had to start in January, otherwise I was going on half pay and I couldn't afford it. You only take one day if it's a Friday or Monday, otherwise it's a week off. I didn't have a year off, that was the thing. I had 5 months, including the 2 months in hospital. Otherwise I would have gone on half pay and I couldn't afford to do that. So I had to go back. But it's coming up to 3 years since I had the stroke. I could have done with having actual time off. If I had money behind me, if I'd had a shitload of savings, possibly that would have been alright. 5 months on full pay, 5 months on half pay, followed by no pay at all. I could have done that, but I haven't got the cash behind me. So I had to just go back, grin and bear it. Do I think I'll be doing this if I hadn't had the stroke? Not a chance. Not a chance. I wouldn't allow anybody to take a picture of me. I wouldn't be on video. Nothing like that. I certainly wouldn't have thought about streaming. I'd have possibly done something audio-wise. No chance I would have put my face out there, though. But now I don't care. And I'm quite happy doing this. It's an outlet. I'd rather be playing guitar and gaming or what have you, but if I could go back and change things, I'd also like to tell myself, do this years ago. Get into it years ago. Learn what it's about. My first videos, I think my first ever video was 2007. And then my first sort of my videos, which is the poetry, was 2009. I could have been doing this decades ago, man. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Back in a time when I could have got monetised just by being on it for a while. Didn't need to hit 4,000 watch hours or nothing like that. Just get a few subscribers and you're all sorted. Poverty is terrible. Yeah, most live like that. We all do, really. Unless you are very much in the 1%. We're all sort of in poverty because whatever you're paying as a mortgage or whatever you're paying as rent takes up most of your money. After that, there's not much left, is there? I was thinking about this earlier. What you do in retirement. There is no retirement. Not for me anyway, and also not for a lot of people. There's just no retirement. Can't afford to buy a house, so got to rent. So it's permanent, you have to keep on making money. Can't save. Don't make enough to save. I'm already paying too much out as it is. Kids coming up now will be leaving university if they go with 40 grand of debt. Going into jobs that pay frig all. They won't be able to afford to buy houses unless mummy and daddy or nanny and granddad are giving them a huge chunk of money towards it. They're going to have to keep on just work until you drop. That's the only way. If you're renting, you don't get to a certain point and the fella who owns the house goes, right, you pay for a house 4 times over, you can have it now. No, got to keep on going. That's the poverty trap, man. I've said this before, haven't I? It struck me that years ago, if you couldn't pay your mortgage, it got repossessed, didn't it? The house got repossessed. And then the mortgage company or the bank would auction it off cheap, just so they made some money back. That doesn't exist anymore. Because they don't auction them, they keep them as housing stock. And then they rent them out for £1,000 a month. While at the same time saying to you, you can't afford £500 a month mortgage. Well, I'm paying you £1,000 a month in rent. How can I not afford 500? I could buy 2 houses where I'm paying a rent to you every month. They don't know how to, are they? Because it's a way of keeping you down and keeping them up. Bloody money. It's of no use whatsoever, money, but we're tied to it. If YouTube had existed in your 20s, you'd have probably have streamed. You definitely would have done, Mandy. And if you were in the band and singing and what have you, you'd have sold yourself through that. The easiest way to do. And especially where you are as well. It's a pity you don't stream. You don't need to be on there. I'd have a camera in your backyard all the time, just either pointing at the birds or pointing at the birds with Irwitha in the background. The whole of Snowdonia and Mount Snowdon is in the background. Imagine that with a bird table in the foreground. Fucking hell, man. Just have that going constantly. Like Colin Cam. Just have it there permanently. Pointing towards the mountains. What amazing, man. I'd do that. Donald, how you doing? How's it going? Clinging onto the edge of Europe. It's dreadful that people can't afford to buy. There was something else on, again, it might have been The Guardian today actually, that was talking about that. People, there's no way people can afford to buy anymore. When you think about it, go back to, I don't know, my parents' generation and my grandparents' generation before then. So people that would have been in the 70s now or in the 90s and hundreds, that kind of era. Sort of back then, you could have a household with one breadwinner. The man used to go to work. The woman knew her place, which was looking after the kids in that house that he paid for. One wage paid for a house. Now you can have two people with decent jobs. They still can't afford a mortgage. Not allowed to have a mortgage. Two people on 23 grand, which I think is medium wage, isn't it, at the moment? Median wage. So it's 46 grand between them. And the average house price is about 350, 400,000 nowadays. You can't get a mortgage that covers that. Stupid. So what do? You have to rent. Dead money, and it goes to the same people all the time. Yeah, the thing was on The Guardian, it was about Thatcher bringing in the right to buy. How it's absolutely ruined the housing market in the UK. Because everyone sold, they bought their houses cheap, they sold them off to people who knew what the score was. And then those people who bought them just now rent them. So there's no housing stock for people who want to quickly jump on the ladder. No. All it is just rental houses.
Piggly ding. Next.
Piggly ding, next. Molly needs an assault course. Sort of. How am I? How am I done? I'm great, man. How many tables and benches have you got? One of each. There you go. That's an assault course. It is. That's enough for an assault course. Easy. Mortgage used to be 25 years. It's now 35. If you're lucky enough to get one. And like I say, there's loads of people out there who could easily afford a mortgage because it'd be half of what they're paying in rent. But they can't get one. Because it's deliberately done that way. Deliberately keep you renting. So if you do own your own house and you've got kids or you've got relatives, just see if you can pass it on to them. Let them start afresh. I'd love to be able to just say to Jess when she reaches a certain age, here, have one of my houses, have my house. It's not happening now. You're guilty of buying your house, otherwise you couldn't afford to buy. It's not a problem if you buy the right to buy, if you buy it and keep it. The problem is when you've got loads of these houses being sold to private enterprises who then rent them at a stupid higher figure. Mate, there's parts of Liverpool, utter shitholes in Liverpool, where you used to be able to buy a house for like 20 grand and at least got you onto the housing market, got you on that ladder. And then you could do it up while you were there, spend a little bit of money doing it up. Just sell it for 25, move into a 25 grand house in a slightly nicer area. Just do that up. You're on the ladder. You can go better and better all the time. I mean, fucking hell, Steve. If Steve was in some of these places, he could have made himself an absolute fortune buying these little houses and moving up and up and up. The unfortunate problem was the people who did buy them are now charging £1,000 a month to live in an absolute shithole. Nobody wants to pay £1,000 a month to live in Kirkdale. Not a chance. It's ridiculous. It annoys me that my uncle's one of the best plasterers I've ever seen. We know people who do other bits and pieces, loads of work, what have you. you could renovate houses, you could make houses. There's an easy way of doing it, but the people who do it are just these companies that fly in quickly, buy stuff cheap, do them up cheaply so they look alright, but then all they're doing is renting. Bollocks to them, man. No way in hell you'd ever own a house here. You can't afford it. Because a holiday home bumping up the price. Can't afford rent. That's tripled in the last 10 years. That's exactly the same as Cornwall and the Lake District. People who are from there can't afford to buy houses. They can't afford the rent. So they're all moving to big cities elsewhere. So both places are completely losing their identity. It's going to be the same where you are. There'll be no Irish anymore. No Irishness anymore. It'll just be a lovely green country with people with English accents who can afford to go there and buy a place and just go 4 or 5 times a year. It's stupid. What happened to the £1 houses in Liverpool? Quite a few of them got sold and are being done up and look fantastic. That's, if you've got places that are absolutely horrible, that's the kind of thing we should be doing. They're a blight on the landscape. Just get someone to come in. They've got certain things attached to them that you have to make sure that you abide by. But apart from that, come in, fix them up, make them look good, sort the housing stock out. And if at some point you want to then sell it off, try not to let it be sold off to a company that just rents them out. Try out conditions where if you are buying it, you can only be, you're the tenant, whoever buys it has to live there. But, you know, it's not going to happen, is it? See, Cornwall is petitioning for independence. But how is that going to work? Genuinely, how will that work? If the place is impoverished, if fishing doesn't bring in any money, if there's no tin mines there anymore, how are they going to make money? Scotland can do it. Scotland's got loads of natural resources, loads of oil and gas and what have you. What's Cornwall got that they can bring money in? Or are they going to go independent and become a low tax area? Get the likes of Apple and Facebook and people building offices there. I don't know, what are they going to do? I can't see that working. Tourism and pasties. They were fucking idiots. When the Brexit thing came up, they were told time and time again as well, if you vote for this, you are going to be knackered. No, we want out, send the buggers back. Okay. You do know how much subsidies you get from the EU. Oh, fuck the EU. Okay. So we come out, and Boris Johnson, who lied to them and said, we'll replace the subsidies, went, oh, by the way, that 250 million a year that you're getting off the EU, we're going to give you 5 million instead. What the fuck? They're not going to do anything. And it's a pity because it looks a gorgeous place. Fishing's never going to be something that brings in money anyway. Not the way it used to. But it could form part of that rural charm, isn't it? The seaside thing of watching fishing boats coming in. But if you're going to do tourism, you can't afford people in London to be buying all the houses and having them as little weekend cottages or Airbnbs. You'd have to have it where it's set up properly. I don't know. It's all gone mad, man. At some point the North will decide to leave as well. That'll cause trouble. Liverpool, Manchester, Sheffield, Newcastle, Hull, Leeds. All of us stick together and say, we're leaving. Or we're joining them with Scotland. Just see what London does at that point. They'll shit themselves. But where will the good music come from? Fuck yous. It's not going to happen. Tourism and pasties. We do like a pasty though. Although pasties, they're all over the world, aren't they? Just got different names all over the world. Everyone's got one. If you buy a house, an executive house, you have to live in it for many years. You're not allowed to buy, sell on, rent out. That's how it should be. There should be conditions to all of this. Otherwise, all that happens is the first person who puts a for sale sign up, a big company comes in, buys it, and then starts ruining the area. And you go from being able to buy anyone whose kids get a decent job, stay at home for a couple of years, save your money, build up a deposit, and then go and buy a house down the road from where we are, like they used to years ago. They can't afford to do that because they're now priced out. And it's our generation, really, isn't it? Ours and the one before, who are ruining it all for kids. Doesn't matter what they do nowadays. They used to have free education. Now you've got to pay a fortune for it. You leave with a huge debt. Everyone could afford a house. They can't now. Because everything's too bloody expensive. Everyone was guaranteed a job. There was always, you would leave one job in the morning and go get another job in the afternoon. Permanent employment, not anymore. There was always free dentistry, free doctors, free Nelson Mandela. There was everything. There's not now. We've ruined it for this next generation. We are a shower of bastards. All for money. And there's only a small percentage of those people getting the bloody money. Bastards. Bring back the good old days. It's got really bad, poor wages and fuck all else. It is. We're being pushed out. Deliberately pushed out. Well, you watch Gary Stevens and stuff. He explains it way in advance. This is what's going to happen, and it does. But that's what we're in. We voted for it. We're stuck with it. We could vote against it, but we don't. Well, not enough of us do. Just because there's people that still believe the same shit over and over again. Trickle-down economics. That was brilliant, that one. Thatcher and Reagan. Honestly, what we'll do is we'll stop charging them tax on their billions, and then all the money that they got left over will start trickling down to all of us. We'll all be rich. Did it fuck? 40 years later, the economic giants around the world just said, no, it was a lie, it was utter rubbish. And we've all failed as a result. And yet there's still people in charge of governments who say, no, trickle-down economics will work. Just give it another 20 or 30 years. Fucking idiots, man. When you give someone the opportunity to not pay tax, they just don't pay tax, do they? Honest. I've just made £300 billion. Honest, I'll pay tax on it next week it'll be. Oh, let me wallet in the other country. Load of shit, innit? Just tax them and fix the country. And not just our country, everyone else's countries. Tax the billionaires. Pay for stuff that people need. Fix the roads, man. Fix the roads. It's not going to take much to do that. Yeah. Well, aliens get here in October. Aliens or a meteor. That's what we need. Trickle down, throw up. It is. It didn't trickle down. It flooded up in a torrent. Which is why even during COVID, people just absolutely... The percentage of millionaires in this country went through the roof. And the money that they've got doubled or trebled or something. So how is that possible during COVID? It's a cash grab. Tax the super rich. We need to. Otherwise, it's just going to be us. We're up. Well, the working class have already been fucked. Royally fucked. The middle class will be next. At that point, the ones who buy the Daily Mail and talk about small boats causing the problems will suddenly start going, oh no, hang on. You took everything off me, you super rich bastard. Could have happened earlier. If you'd just listened to the people. No. Anyway. Up there workers. Where is he? Bit of Wolfie. Go on, up there workers. I'm here all week. Working class Ashcroft there with his Earl Grey with almond milk, obviously. Class traitor. Do you know the loopholes? There's no such thing as a loophole. All the stuff that they do is either completely legal or it's just illegal. So it's not really loopholes. What they're doing is there's legal ways of avoiding paying tax and they use all of them. Those avenues need to be closed. Those that don't pay, ones who just ferret the money overseas to the British Virgin Islands and stuff like that. That is, a lot of it's done illegally. Start putting them in jail. Take the money off them. Take their assets off them. If any of us did it, if we tried to fiddle our tax, we'd end up in jail. Those of us who are like self-employed, If you fiddle your self-assessment, they come crawling straight away, won't they? I think you've made a mistake. You're £100 off on this one. We're going to give you fines for every single day that you didn't get back into contact with us and fix it and everything. Just right. So that's right, is it? I was £100 out. How about like Vodafone? Oh, you're £7 billion, but you let them off with 1.5 as a sweetheart deal. How's that? How's that work? Stop the very rich using the NHS. Annoys you when they brag about using it. They should be using it, but also they should be funding it. We all pay national insurance and stuff like that. We pay, why don't they? Just pay your fair amount. Everybody, just pay your fair amount. If everyone paid, we'd all pay less, to be honest with you. And yet there are still people out there who are sticking up for big corporations or sticking up for billionaires. We shouldn't. They're wealth creators. Well, they're not. All they're doing is siphoning money. These people who work for them would still work for them if they paid tax. That knobhead from Pimlico Plumbers, fucking Dinah Rod Stewart. I'm leaving. Well, you leave. Go on, bye. Yeah, I'm not paying tax anymore, I'm leaving. Where's your company based? London, okay. Whenever you do a job in London, you get fucking charged tax on that. The people who earn money, who work for you, pay tax on that. Your company is still earning the UK tax. Just by you leaving means one less twat in the country. They take the money abroad, they don't. There's been the people that did a little bit of research into this was found out to be lying through the teeth because they are funded by the billionaires who don't want to pay fucking tax. Just charge them. The entire world just turned around one day and went, no, do you know what? There's no haven for you now. We're all charging you tax. They'd just pay and get on with it. And if you taxed a billionaire, it'd still be a billionaire the following day. It's no big deal to them. It's just numbers, zeros at the end of the bank account. It means a lot to us, whatever we get paid, whatever you take home at the end of the month means a lot to us. Having to take an extra so many percentage would mean a difference to us between possibly going on a holiday this year or fixing your roof or something, or not doing it. A billionaire, oh, I can't buy another 10 yachts this month. Just tax the fuckers. Not hard, is it? Tax them, fix things. Fix the NHS, fix the roads. The world could be an amazing place to live in. You could easily get rid of world hunger, starvation, people who are suffering from diseases. You could fix all of this. And then there'd be money left over to go and explore space. All of it. They just won't do it. Because you want to see those numbers. I mean, Elon Musk just wants to be the richest man in the world. He wants to be the world's first trillionaire, doesn't he? Just bollocks, man. My phone's ringing. Have you got a towel? Different kind of ringing. They'd rather, yeah, noise. Yeah, they'd rather take money off the disabled. It's just stupid. You don't really take money abroad. Do you do? Oh, tea. We have a tea. Come on, we have a tea. Tea. A nice bucket of tea. Come on. Nice bucket of tea. There you go. Bucket of tea. I like a bucket of tea. Yeah, the money going abroad, things that get funneled to the British Virgin Islands, a lot of it does, but a lot of it doesn't. Because it's still, they've got companies that work in the UK. So no matter where the headquarters is, there's a lot that still needs to be paid in this country. We can easily stop it. We just don't want to. The people in charge don't want us to do it. Personal money's abroad, it's fine. You can even stop them. You can stop them spending the money. If that's what they do, if they want to take it abroad and not pay tax on it, stop them spending it. So when they try and buy a Learjet, refuse to sell it to them. When they try and buy a yacht, you're not allowed to buy any of this stuff from any of the countries that sign up to a treaty to fucking tax billionaires. Oh, you want to go into space? Well, the people who make the rockets have decided you're not buying them because you don't pay tax. Easy, piss easy. Go to space, space ride for 4 minutes, but can't feed the hungry. When Elon Musk got called out about this on Twitter years ago, when someone said he could fix world hunger, he could solve it in minutes. And he said, fine, you write me up a plan on how to do it and I'll sort it out. So they wrote up a plan on how to do it, and he started making excuses and went, well, no, I don't agree with that. Because he's not interested. None of them are. They're not remotely interested. It's just zeros at the end of the day. It's no big deal, is it? How much money you've got. Once you get to a certain point, it's just monopoly money. But that monopoly money, if used correctly, can make life a lot better for other people. Know what I mean? Not hard. It shouldn't be hard anyway. Unfortunately, 1984, isn't it? No, Animal Farm. The whole thing about all men are equal, but some are more equal than others. You know what I mean? That's what they want. Pricks. There should be no such thing as a billionaire. Unless it's me. I'd like to be a billionaire. I'd pay me taxes though. Aunties, duties would do all that, alright? Would give you a fierce thirst on. Or was it AI and a trampoline? Nah, it was definitely put up there. Should not be any starvation in 2025. It's done deliberately. That's the unfortunate problem. It is done deliberately. Because if you can change it, if you can fix it, and you decide not to, then it is done deliberately. You're doing it to punish people. That's all it is. I don't know, I can't get my head around that either. If I was worth that much money, hundreds of billions of pounds, and I could go and help alleviate starvation, if I could feed Africa single-handedly and cure all the illnesses that they've got, why would you not want to do that? As someone said, he's the richest man in the world, he's the richest man that has ever lived, and yet there's not one place, there's not one Elon Musk hospital, there's not one Elon Musk wing of a hospital, there's not an Elon Musk foundation to help people. None of it. It's fucking Teslas and space wanking and turning Twitter into a right-wing cesspit. If that's going to be what people think about him when he's dead. Space wanker. Not he fixed the world's hunger. No. It's just mad, isn't it? Why would you not help people? What's the thing about Animal Farm recently? Great book. Great film. The cartoon film, animated version of it. Brilliant. He was right though, wasn't he? Communism, in theory, is the best possible way. But it will never ever work. For one reason and one reason only. And that's man's inherent greed. Because everyone is equal, but some are more equal than others will always be the thing that people... It doesn't matter. You could be sat on a table with everyone exactly the same amount. You'd be looking around. He doesn't deserve it. He doesn't deserve it. I should have his share. I should have his share. Just man for you. We are greedy. Problem is people, no matter how much money you throw at someone, some fool will grab what they can. And it also, with stuff like feeding Africa as well, we send loads of stuff over there, which is also then taken by greedy bastards over there. People who sort of run countries but don't, unofficially run countries. As soon as you go over there, thank you, we'll have that. We'll sell that on the black market to make a bit more money for ourselves and to keep another section of society below us, because some are more equal than others, obviously. So you'd have to sort that out. Work with governments to make sure that what you send over there is actually given to people who need it. We are in a position, aren't we, in the world where 2025, there should be energy for everyone free of charge. Should be food for everyone, clean water for everyone, shelter. We should be using our time that we have now to create art, to create a better standard of living for everybody. But no. What we're doing is we're throwing women with a face full of makeup into space to prove something that, girl power. The fuck is that? Viagra for Jeff, that, isn't it? That's all it is. So his missus comes back from the edge of space, all worked up. And he can throw his little Amazon Prime up her. Prick. Fucking hate these people. Communism will never work because people want to own shit. He's right. Joey's absolutely right, isn't he, Frank Zappa? He spoke a lot of sense, that man, but it's right. We should be in a position where we can own things, though. You can own things, but you can't own everything. That'd be a good thing. Tesla and space wanking. That's Mangman's new song. There's a certain ring to that, isn't it? And they killed the donkey. They're bastards. Pretended away for retirement. Yeah. Went to live on a farm in North Wales. That's where all northern animals go to, innit? When they flush down the toilet. Charities made plenty of millionaires. I can understand why some charities would need a lot of work to run them. What I don't understand is how they've ended up probably giving more money to people who are running them than to the people who actually need the money. If you're running something like Oxfam, which is a worldwide charity, you need people who really do know what they're doing. It's like running a city, isn't it? But even then, can you not get people in? People in their 60s and 70s who have retired, who've made money, will pay you a X amount just to run this. You can do it for 2 years. Someone else will come to and do it for 2 years. Just not spend hundreds of thousands every year on someone. Just, there's money everywhere. Fucking money everywhere. Big toilets to fit a donkey. There are big toilets though for a big ass. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No. Balls to them. When I'm intergalactic emperor of the universe, things are going to change. And Everton will finish second every year. Why not first? Because we're still fucking shite. That's why. End of story. Yeah, be nice to donkeys as well. Don't throw them off bell towers in Spain. Talking about donkeys today with my niece. She went over to Greece and she said it was horrible. Donkeys, red hot, like 40 odd degrees, 45 degrees Celsius. And they were being forced to carry things up hills and what have you. It's not nice. This next generation of kids who are like 18, 19, 20 at the moment, they are going to change the world that we live in if we make it that far. They are really going to change this world. They seem to be a bit more relaxed when it comes to, I don't know, sexuality, genders, religious beliefs, animals, the planet. They're going to have a completely different world to the one we've got. And a lot of us are going to suffer as a result if we don't change our ways, man. True story. I think I'm going to... fuck. We'll go back on that one. I think I'm going to need to make another cup of tea before I finish later on tonight. Did we need to go to Falaraki? I don't know where she went. A Polish fella, went out there for a while to work. So it must have been somewhere that was fairly touristy. But yeah, she wasn't happy with the way they were treated, the donkeys. Is Falaraki quite hilly and donkey-y? Is that what you're saying? Never been to Greece. My dad got deported from Greece back in the 70s or 80s. Deported with a big stamp in his passport. Undesirable or something like that. No longer allowed into this country. Stamp. And he went back 20 odd years later. After he got a new passport. And went to Zante. Donkeys carrying overweight tourists up to the Acropolis. You hated that. It's roads. Are you sure it's roads, not just paths? Oh, very poor, very poor.
Very poor. Very poor indeed.
Wouldn't be a problem if it was roads. No, are they just little pathways? Overweight tourists. Can you not walk? You'd be surprised if you start walking rather than taking donkeys everywhere. You'll lose weight. You'll feel happier. VPI, very poor indeed. It is. It's got to be done though. You know, open goal when I see you. Back of the net. Dink, dank, do. But that's down to us as well, that. If we're tourists, we can make a little bit of a difference by not going on them. Give money to the people who are working so that they don't need to do stuff like that. Pay them properly. That really annoyed me when I went to Cuba. I mean, I can understand why it's a fairly poor country because of sanctions and things like that, and they're not allowed to make much money. Tourism's not doing too bad for them, but even that's a few little areas, so the whole country doesn't really benefit. Where we went to, it was a 5-star resort. Absolutely gorgeous. Lots of people working there who made a decent wage by Cuban standards and were earning good tips from rich Westerners like us. I'm not rich. Compared to them I was. So I was leaving tips that I was quite happy with, that they thought was like a month's wage to them. How the fuck? How can it be a month's wage? It's just a normal tip. Thanks for looking after me tonight. Here's 20 quid or something. It's not a big deal, is it? I mean, 20 quid. In an all-inclusive resort. Alright, you pay a lot up front, but if you're going to go out for a night out, you're paying a shitload of money. You're paying hundreds just to give someone a 20 quid afterwards. If that's going to feed their kids for a month, brilliant. But why can't the money be a little bit more spread out? Going to a place like Moron, which is the nearest town to the resort that we were staying on. It's called a colourful Cuba tour. Deliberately so that when you went, you saw the real side of Cuba. People living in the streets and things, and living in shacks. Just nailed a bit of tin to the side of a hut, and that's where they lived underneath. What the fuck is this? Can we not help these people? So for every one person that is lucky enough to be able to work in the resort, there's another 20 or 30 who are living in absolute destitution. It's horrible. Bows crows to the bottom, donkeys to the top. You walked up as you should do. Am I buffering again, or is it you? Every day I'm buffering. Did you finish the hen house? Has the hen house finished? Donut. But even when we went to places like Moron, try to give tips to people without looking like you're walking around throwing cash at people. If you went to a shop, just leave a little bit extra. I don't know, it makes a world of difference to them. Sad, isn't it? And there's places like that all over the world. Look after your bartenders, look after the girls that are cleaning the apartments and stuff like that. Not just money either. If you got anything like shower gel and bloody toothpaste and stuff left over, just leave them a bag of it. Ask them if they want it. I know in Cuba they were absolutely delighted with stuff like that. It'll take a bit longer than a day. Rome wasn't built in a day, neither are hen houses. Falaraki only exists in the summer. I bet you there's loads of places like that around the world. I mean, bloody hell. There's UK seaside towns that only exist in the summer, really. The rest of the year, there's not much going on. Southport's not quite as bad, but there's a big, huge drop-off for the winter where a lot of it gets mothballed, to be honest with you. Unless we've got things like the British Fireworks Championships. What else do we have? Occasional car meets proper old-fashioned cars driving up and down Marine Drive and things like that, and the air show. But that again, that's in summer, isn't it? Does Rill close down for summer? I think it's a bit sad. But then, look at Goodison Park. That basically, the pubs around County Road and around Goodison, most of their money is made on match days. So you're guaranteed 19 match days a season, 19 home games. And then if you've got a couple of FA Cup and League Cup games, you get a few extra. That's where most of their money is made throughout the year. They can make as much in one game, one day, as they would do in probably the rest of the week or 2 weeks in advance leading up to it. And that's in a fairly big city in Liverpool. There's nothing else there, just the footy, and now we've left. hopefully there's enough people that'll still be drinking around there beforehand, then getting taxis or buses or walking down to the new stadium, because they need the money. There's feck all else there. These are small. That one's far away. Or is that one small? Little Myron, tiny Myron. The locals live in the hills, then rent the shops and clubs. First come, first pick. Alright. Setting them out to keep them going for a year. As soon as they hit the target, they shut and go home. Is that not short-sighted as well, though? Could you not think, if I stay for another month, I can make a little bit more for next year? Or enough to keep me going over the winter, plus extra, in case something happens? Or if I make an extra month's worth, when I open up next year, I'm a month ahead. So I don't need to work as hard. I'd just keep on going. Whatever the season is, keep going. And whatever you're left over with, put back into the business, or make sure it's there as a fallback. Cray, man. They're not greedy. It's not greed. It's keeping things... I mean, it's not greed. If you make extra money, look after the place that well, if you're renting it, or just... Yeah. You wouldn't if you were renting. If it was your own place, you'd start spending any extras on making the place nice. But if everyone done a little bit extra and then tidied up and cleaned up and redecorated and whatever it was, wherever they were renting, the entire place would look fantastic. But no, too communist. There you go. It's a pity. Enough's enough. All right. Does that mean you're leaving the stream? Oh, hang on. Tom. Right. Tom has just messaged me. Well, used one of my messages on Blue Sky, so he's around and about somewhere. Morning, Jackie. I just want everyone to make things better. Can we all just do that? All make things better. Make things look nicer. Tidy up. Clean up graffiti. Imagine being like a proper billionaire. Get Steve to fix everyone's houses. Make everywhere look really nice. Get people to come in and clean. I mean, Lord Street, I love Lord Street in Southport. It looks fantastic. But there's so much of the canopy, the iron canopy, all the way down, which is looking a bit tatty. Just get people to come in, rub it down, rust treat it, paint it so it looks brand new. The little bits of glass on top, some look frosted, some look just dirty. Clean it all up. Make the place look nice. Can we not all do that everywhere that we live? If everyone done it, one little thing wherever they lived, the place would be gorgeous, man. And we started doing that by having that Don't Litter campaign. Years ago, I remember the 70s. Whatever you did, whatever you were eating in the car or smoking or drinking or whatever, the window's open and it got chucked out the window. Doesn't do that anymore. Everyone just carries things with them, don't they? They carry little bin bags with them, or goes and chuck stuff in the bin, or recycles. We managed to do that. Just tidy up. Little things. I love little things like that. With we used to have the council or the corpy, whatever it is, that come out and mow some of the grass verges in front of people's houses. Apparently, it's not their job. They don't own the grass verges. They were just doing it, and now they can't afford to do it. Occasionally, someone else will come out and just do it, or neighbours will come out and start doing the bit in front of their own house, and then we'll do next door but one. Everyone just done a little bit like that. It'd be boss, wouldn't it? Enough to live on is all you need. Work-life balance. Oh, I understand that, but I mean, obviously, don't knock your pipe out. But you know, yeah. In the old days, poor people cleaned the bit in front of their house. There was always that thing, wasn't there? We may be poor, but the kids never go to school dirty. and they always had lace curtains, perfectly clean lace curtains, so the neighbours can't see in, and they can't see you sitting there eating cold baked beans. At least the house looks nice, you're presentable, which I know would probably be looked at as a bit grim these days, but it was proper pride, and they look after where they lived. That's gone. I hate it. It happened in my lifetime. That's why I hate it so much. Kirkdale, like I say, Goodison Park. I remember drinking there back in the 90s, early to mid 90s, and it was lovely. There's a bit of graffiti, but it was nice. It was rough, but it was nice. The people were sound. We got to know loads of them, loads of families around there, so they were always sound with us. You can go into loads of different pubs, never really see any trouble. And then year by year, it got worse and worse. And then there was feral kids, and these feral kids had even more feral kids. Now you can't even walk around there. It's disgusting. People on the backs of scramblers during the middle of the day. North Face ninjas, they call them. You know they're carrying. Why? Why ruin a place? And it's just 1 or 2 generations have allowed it to happen. As soon as you allow it to happen, you can't take it back either, because they've got too much power, the people that are ruining it. Still have lace curtains. I like lace curtains. I don't know if it's just an old thing, because I'm used to being brought up with them, but there's something about the sun coming through them. It's what's diffused for a start. It's like the softbox. There's a different kind of quality to the light. I like it. Always like lace curtains during the summer. Actual community is good to have. If you're lucky to have a good community around you, it is fantastic. I'm quite happy where I am. The town is quite good that way. It's not perfect, but it's quite good that way. And then the street that we're in, this little area, is really good for that. I mean, like the wheelie bin's out tonight, the recycling's done in the morning. Next door neighbour, because he knows my mum and dad are old and I've had a stroke, will quite happily just bring the bin in when it's been emptied. No messing around, just bring it in the same way that if I see his out, I put his away. Or over the road there's an older woman, I think she's in her 80s. If my mum or my dad see their bin out when they're going out in the car, straight over, put that away. Same thing. Everyone just looks after each other. You like cold baked beans and you cannot lie. Once on a train at a table with 2 businessmen. One was moaning about a triangle of unmown grass. Was he Brazilian by any chance? Yeah, after listening to him whinging for half an hour, you couldn't help yourself. Come on, here we go. Did you punch him in the nose till it bled? Did you volley him in the clacker bag? You should have done. That is a good cup of tea. Go on, Mandy, what did he do? We'll have to wait for 20 minutes because Mandy can't type quickly. Dot, 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 dot. Typing. 10 minutes later, hiya. If your body's that much, go out and mow it yourself. You see, is that a difference with the old, these people? I wouldn't have thought so. That's a generational thing as well. Or it should be a generational thing. Why does it piss me off that he said that, rather than going out and mowing it themselves? Did our generation not just go out and do things? If something needed doing, you did it. And if you were doing it, like I say, your little bit of grass, if the next door neighbours was bad, do theirs, or at least knock and say, right, I'm doing mine, do you want yours doing as well? And then the next time it was bad, your next door neighbour probably go, right, my turn, I'll do it now. So between the two of you kept on top of things. Why moan about it? Same age as you, about 20 years ago. Not bad. Saying that, we have gardeners. So, can't really moan, can we? But my mum and dad, my mum's 73 today. It's her birthday today, my mum. 73 today. My dad will be 73 in October. I can't push a lawnmower, so we're knackered that way. My nephew probably could, but I wouldn't trust him to do it. I wouldn't trust him to make a cup of tea. Never mind mow a lawn. So my sister pays for the gardener to come out and do it. But if I was healthy, I'd go and do it. To be fair though, the lads make such a good job of it. And my dad's not out there suffering the red hot, trying to mow a fucking lawn. Happy birthday, Al, thank you. It's also my anniversary. As I said earlier, don't thank me on that one though. Never even made 2 years. Yeah. Mum's birthday and happy anniversary on the same day. Isn't that awful? What a tit. Maybe one day, you never know. Maybe one day I'll get better. I doubt it, but maybe one day. Commiserations. Thank you. No, there's no need for commiserations. Hopefully there'll be a video later on about this. It never lasted. But we got Jess out of it. And Jess, when she left earlier on, right, it doesn't matter. I mean, me and my ex got on well. We stayed friends. There was no big slanging matches. There was nothing like that. Nothing like that. It was all right. But even if things got bad, it wouldn't have been a problem because we got Jess. When I'm having a bad day myself and I see Jess, things improve. Ali, no worries. Thank you very much. Catch you later. You sleep well. But Jess, of a morning when she's miserable and she's tired, I can make her laugh with the Almire and things and what have you. But I started doing this thing as well where I go, Prima! Which is just a piss take. I'm sure it was like a German TV show or something. Prima means good, thumbs up. And I'd done it one morning as she was getting out the car. She went, Prima! And she started laughing. So now every time she leaves the car, she pretends to leave and then comes back and goes, Prima. Goes in the house, opens the door again, Prima. And a big smile on her face. So it doesn't matter if the marriage had been horrific, we'd have still got Jess out of it. As it was, the marriage was alright, it just wasn't right. Wasn't the right time, it wasn't the right person for each other. But no big deal, we got Jess out of it, it was fantastic. So it's not a commiserations, Mandy, but it's what a stupid day to get fucking married. Yeah, on my mum's birthday. It was one of the only choices we had. Time I got on the back. Do you know what I can do, you know? Am I on there? There you go. Dice out. Dice, baby. Nice to Tom. He is around somewhere. He's on Blue Sky anyway if you want to see him. Over on Blue Sky. Along with lots of other people who quite like what I've been posting today. I'm popular over there, very popular. You're popular. Morning, Jackie. She just got married on her birthday, another mistake. Yeah, I genuinely, my advice would be, don't ever get married on a day that you enjoy. Because it'll be ruined forever. The same as, was it MASH? Where he was trying to keep someone alive until midnight. So that he died on Boxing Day rather than Christmas Day. It's a similar kind of thing, isn't it? Don't try and ruin a day that you're supposed to enjoy. Otherwise, it is proper ruined. Yeah. Happy birthday. It's your birthday and your anniversary presents all wrapped in one. Charcoal briquettes from the garage because I forgot. And a shitty card I made myself. Nah, not good. What you can do with that though is if you do get divorced, try and get divorced on your birthday or Christmas or something. Perfect. You got 2 nieces and a great niece from it. It's not all bad. You know what? I reckon that's the way you should look at it. That's the way I look at it myself. I'm not saying I'm always right. I'm definitely not always right. But no matter how things are between you and the person you're no longer with, you've both got something amazing out of it. Just holding my daughter when she was born, cutting the umbilical cord, holding my daughter when she was born. It's the greatest experience in my life. That will never be topped. Not even if I go into space with, I don't know, Mel B or something. It's not going to happen. You're not going to top that. It's amazing. And I got that because Well, you don't need to be married to do that, but in my situation, we ended up married as a result. And that's what good comes from it. I really hate it is when couples split up and one of them makes no attempt whatsoever to see the kids. Normally the fella, isn't it? Hate it. Genuinely hate it. It's the biggest gift you can ever have as a human being, is to have another human being that come from you. Someone to look after and nurture and just not necessarily shape in how you want them to be, because kids grow up to be what they are, but you can help hopefully turn them into something that you can be proud of, and you should be. And to just walk away and not see them, I don't get it. I'm getting totes emotion. I am totes emotion. My eyes absolutely exploded when I first held Jess. And I'm dead stoic about stuff like that. I'm going to be sound. It's all right. I'm going to be proud. I know that, but that's all it's going to be. That. Tears everywhere. Just couldn't help myself. It's the most amazing thing I'd ever seen in my life. And she's now an absolute pain in the arse. When it's 4 o'clock in the morning, Dad, can you take us to Mackey's and then drop everyone off home? Doesn't even talk like that. I have to think about holding it back that first day. Otherwise, I'd tell her to sod off. No, I wouldn't. Who am I kidding? Yeah, but it's amazing. The gift of life, man. If you don't believe how amazing the gift of life is, look in the mirror. You are. You are the gift of life. And look how amazing you are. Proof, right? Can't argue with that, can you? That is proof. Solid proof. Totes emotion. Totes emotion balls. Believe it, it's not your own kid as well. Like you say, nieces, great nieces. It's the same thing. Bringing a life into this world and into your family. Just amazing. And unfortunately, when you reach a certain age, you don't get any more kids again, do you? Until later on. So you have this, 20-year gap, possibly where there's no kids at all. Until they decide. Now it's time, or unless they have a kid early, obviously, but I think 19, Jess is a bit too young. Please, a bit too young. Not yet. At least have a little bit of a stab at life before you start bringing squawking brats into the world. I love it. I'll miss her when she passes the test. I will. I've told her that. She knows that. You piss me off so much. Keep on pissing me off as long as you can. She knows that. And to be honest with you, the marriage didn't last long. It was, oh Christ, just over a year after Jess was born that they left. So she hasn't lived with me. She managed a year living with me, and that was it. Used to be here every single weekend without fail. No break. Every single weekend she was here. So I got to see plenty of her. But as she got older, starting to get 14s, 15s or what have you, didn't really want to come here. She wanted to be with her mates. And I thought, oh yeah, brilliant, that's it. I'm never going to see her again. Apart from when I started taking her to college. So when I took her to college of a morning and picked her up afterwards, I got to spend 10, 15, 20 minutes with her. And I loved her. And then she left. And then ended up going to work. Dad, can I have a lift? Of course you can. Dad, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, can I have a lift? Of course you can. The boss. A friend isn't allowed to see his kids. His ex made up. Oh man, lost custody. Spent piles in court trying to get custody. To the point of almost being homeless. Hasn't seen the kid in 10 years. That's horrific. I hate when that happens, and it does happen too often, doesn't it? Kev, how you doing, bud? I am. Definitely getting mushy in my old age. But it's lovely. And I still get hugs. Even though she's 19 and cool and got 4 tattoos, I still get hugs. You know what I mean? And occasionally when I need them, she seems to sense these things. Still got to pay child support, obviously, absolutely. I did that for 18 years as well. And now she's working. So I can keep that money for myself and spend it on sweets. I can buy Freddos with it. She still wants a lift when she can't afford petrol. Well, yeah. Or, alternatively, Dad, Can you send us 20 quid for diesel? Nah, she'll be alright. She's really good. Doesn't go out as often as she used to. She bought the car herself with her own savings. She still has savings as well. She'll be able to afford insurance, tax and fuel out of her wages. She's doing really well that way. Although being a dad, occasionally I will just make sure that I fill the car up for her. Can we stop off here? Can we just go over there a sec? Can we just go over there? Just fill it up with diesel. Yeah, I'll go and pay for it. A rum. Have we got any rum? We haven't got any rum, have we? What have we got? Have we got any shorts? Oh, we have. Oh, we haven't, have we? How about a Malibu? Have we got a Malibu? Is this a Malibu? We haven't done this before, have we? Yeah, we go. We can have a Malibu. Or is it a Malabar? Go on, what's the spin coming up with? What have they decided? Coffee, oh my god, the coffee is adorable. Your dad's drink Malibu? Oh man. Well, that's for him then, isn't it? Raise one for your dad. Malibu's all round. Followed by a coffee. Mandy, you did send optics. I've got optics. Rum coffee, there you go, yeah. Who likes a nice coffee with a rum in there? That'll do. Yeah, remind me. I have got the optics on my phone, haven't I? I will send them on. I've got loads of space on the stream deck for more drinks. As well as other on-screen assets which you are currently making. Big scratch on the dukey, go wide out us, lad. Lovely coffee. Oh my god, the coffee's adorable. Lovely stuff. Oh man. Fucking back's killing me. Carrying the weight of the world. You know what that is, don't you? That's sore back. That's because I've been laminating Missouri. Laminating Missouri. Nailed it, lad. Oh, Kev, yeah, you, Dan and Adam made a rum coffee on a video. Knocked your head off. It was funny watching that. Need to do more of them. Do more of those with you and Adam and Dan. It'd be brilliant. Just do more challenges. More cross-channel challenges. There you go. That'll get the viewers in. I know Dan said in his... done a video earlier, didn't he? In his posts, he's going to start just putting in the names of creators that he likes. Makes perfect sense. If you're a decent amount of people following you and you like certain creators, just share them. It's the same as bands telling you the bands that they liked. That's how you learn other bands. Make it so, man. Dan was live in the early hours. Yeah, I saw that this morning when I woke up. Unfortunately, I was up at 7 o'clock this morning. Not a chance I was staying up to watch any videos. 7 o'clock in the blessed AM I was up. Jess in work for 8. Picked my niece up at 8:30. In Berska for 9. That was lovely this morning though, Berska. A nice drive apart from the prick in the white van behind me. Obviously needed to be somewhere really, really quick. Which is why he was doing about 90 going past me on a dirt track about that thick. Fuckwit. I'm in a white van, get out me way, dickhead. Alright. By the way, you are a believer. What's one of them? Is that someone like Justin Bieber, a believer? Fußball. Oh, football. Went on the lash on rum in Wellington when your brother was living in Telford. Crazy night. Brighton boy next to United saying, all right. I've not seen any of that. All I've seen today is we signed Kiernan Dewsbury Hall, who sounds far too middle class, doesn't he? But when he speaks, he isn't. He's scruff enough for us. And hopefully Jack Grealish. Because since Andre Gomez has gone, the ladies haven't got much to look at, have they? Tarkovsky with his massive sticky out ears, not really doing it, is he? And a lot of the ladies seem to like Jack Grealish's calves. They are massive, by the way, aren't they? I wouldn't mind Grealish if he'd get back to being the way he used to. Oh, sorry, we're talking football, aren't we? Sorry. We're talking football, therefore, kippers must come out. Back of the net. Ding, dang, do. Yeah, I wouldn't mind Grealish. Got back to the way he was. He'll be hungry because he wants to get into the England squad. Could be good. The future could be bright for Everton. Brand new stadium. Some good players coming in. A lot of the dead wood gone. Bit more cash, a few more Dwayne Eddies to spend. His calves are bigger than your thighs. His calves are bigger than my stomach at the moment. Fucking massive, man. How does that work? I know some people, I don't know, just certain parts of the body is bigger than others. The calves I don't understand. I had a mate who was in the parachute regiment, and he had the weirdest shaped calves I've ever seen. They looked like the Marvel or something. They looked like they were made out of solid titanium. But he was walking absolutely everywhere with the paras, apart from when he had to jump out of planes, obviously. But when he jumped out, he had to walk. Was it yomping or tabbing? Tabbing, I think they call it, don't they? Tactical advance to battle. Yomping was someone else. Yeah, but it's the maddest looking calves I've ever seen. When you walk constantly, they get bigger. But I played footy for years. My calves never really got big. But then I'm tall, I'm stretched out, aren't I? Pearce and Mark Hughes had... Pearce. Stuart Pearce had massive thighs as well, didn't he? My dad had massive legs as well. He got told he started doing karate with my recently deceased godfather, who was a great British karate champion, and he said to him, whatever you do, don't forward kick anyone, because he played football for that long. The muscles that go forward kicking a ball were so developed. He said you'll probably split them in half if you do a forward kick. Just be careful. Massive legs. His legs are still alright for an old man. Drummers have massive disproportionate thighs. They have to. Drummers are weird. I don't think drummers are human. Genuinely don't think drummers are human. I mean, you've got 4 limbs all doing different things at once, and you're trying to keep time, and also just thinking about what you're going to take when you've finished, looking for where your next bottle of Jack is coming from. They're not human. They're definitely alien. And as the old joke goes, what's the difference between a drummer and a drum machine? You've only got to punch the information into a drum machine once. There you go. Should have carried on playing drums. Yeah, you could have been hench, Kev. You could have been massive, wearing skinny jeans outside Weatherspoons, or whatever it was, all bar one. Your neck was thicker than your thighs back in the day. It's got to be. Did you do all the exercises with the weights hung on? Where did they used to hang them? Was it like dog collars with weights on them and stuff? Mike Tyson used to do this thing, didn't he, where he'd put his head down, arch his back and roll his neck, and then doctors were saying you should never try that because you could end up actually snapping your neck. Fucking hell, man. Love drumming. 5 years of lessons. I would love to be able to drum. I'd love to be able, at the moment, I'd love to be able to play guitar, but I can't. Oh. My poor little guitar. That's all you're getting. August, and I said I'd be able to play by the end of August, didn't I? That's almost last year. End of August last year, I said I'd be able to play. In a year's time, I'll be able to play. Do you know what? I can't. Because my hand's still fucked. You do press-ups with your head. Donald, they're not press-ups, they're head-ups. We had a friend who was Mike Tyson's housekeeper. Say what, motherfucker? What? Hey? How? What kind of weird world do you live in, Mandy, where not only do you know someone who's Mike Tyson's housekeeper, but also someone who dropped the bomb on Hiroshima? Well, was involved in it. Strange, man. We'll see you all for the 10k special. How far are you away from that now? You must be close now. Definitely be there for that, mate. Definitely. Where are you? How far away? Hit it, you bastard, hit it. I'm not even watching footy. Ooh, you're getting close, mate. 9.97. Yeah, 9.97. Can't be far off. 24 subs. Is that going to take you over, is it? Go ahead. Tonight, there you go, tonight. You'll do that tonight, you'll hit it. George Michael, man. Get away, fate there. Murmur. Brilliant. Go ahead. Just call me Albie, because I'll be there. She had one of his jumpers, the neck was as wide as her shoulders. But fucking hell, he is massive, isn't he, Tyson? Massive. There's I forget who he fought, but I've got one of his videos, sort of not the best of Tyson, but like a documentary about him. And he's talking about staring into people's eyes and melting the soul to an absolute puddle. And there's one fella in there, and he's moving back and forward slightly, and Tyson's just looking at him, and all he's doing is his eyes are moving, following him back and forward. It's the most chilling thing I've ever seen in my life. But any second now, the referee's going to say, box on, and he's going to absolutely take his head off his shoulders. And he did. So he did. Morning, Jackie. Still is. He is massive, isn't he? Considering he's about 108. He fought Jake Paul, was it? One of the Paul brothers. Fucking hell. How? Obviously it's fake. It's all fixed. Part of me was just thinking, hopefully he'll have one of those mad flashbacks to being in jail and will absolutely leather this prick all over the place. But no. Took the money instead. Gutted. Just need a proper boxer to get in there with one of those YouTubey boxers fellas. Take the jaw off and then retire them all. If you want to fight, go and fight each other over there in the corner, in the car park somewhere. Knobheads. Your Hiroshima connection was the co-pilot psychoanalyst. Same thing, potato tomato, Mandy. Your co-pilot psychoanalyst. The psychoanalyst must have heard enough from the co-pilot to have been close enough to have actually dropped a bomb themselves. So I was right in the first place. That's still a mad thing to know though, isn't it? Mike Tyson's housekeeper and the analyst who dealt with the fallouts from the fallout. Literally. The whale's gone mad. The whale's gone mad. What a complex sentence. It is, isn't it? But it's one that works well. My Hiroshima connection. I'm sure I watched them support an 8 Mile Radius in Toronto in 1972. That's a good name for a band. My Hiroshima connection. They could be... Do you know what? They could be the next band after Combat Erection. Combat Erection as well, by the way, isn't Viagra. It's not to Combat Erection. It is, again, goes back to MASH. When the bombs were dropping in MASH and Hawkeye and Margaret were in a shack together, they ended up in each other's arms while the bombs were dropping. Holy shit. How on earth? How can you get excited surrounded by that going on? Combat Erection. Some people get it, don't they? As soon as the bombs start dropping, they stop flopping. There you go. There's the tagline. Do you know the guy was the co-pilot plane? It was his mum's name. It sounds, actually it does sound like an old lady name from the States, doesn't it? Sitting on the porch drinking mint juleps on the veranda. Oh, I do say. I do declare you give me the vapors. Yep. Met Keith Wood, who was a hooker for Munster in Ireland. Built like a tank. I've seen Keith Wood. I haven't actually seen him. I know what you mean. Them lads are massive, aren't they? Proper hench. I think the kids call it hench. Big lads. Yeah, hooker. I know me rugby, or I don't know me rugby union, I know me rugby league, but it's the same thing, isn't it? He's like a lesser version of James Roby. League over union all the time. Northern, you see. Northerners love gravy. I nearly convinced the boys to call your band. Is that priapism or priapism? I always get that wrong. What you call me? If the heels fit, Mandy, if the heels fit. Priapism, is it? Do you know, I've got a problem with pronouncing things because I know different languages. So when I see something that should be straightforward to pronounce, the Dutch part of my brain kicks in and goes, no, got to pronounce it this way. You know, posse instead of posset, same kind of thing. My foreign brain kicks in. We need more music. Definitely need more music. There's got to be another Mankman song. Just so I can piss Mandy off by making him make a video for it. A massive long video. 20-minute Mankman epic. With animated videos and match. Go on. Pate. Which is your head, isn't it? Your pate. Unless it gets mashed, in which point it's pate. The whale's gone mad. Oh, Christ in a bake. Christ in a bake. Aching all over. Liver pate. Leverwurst. Liver pate. Bossing it. Blame it on the boogie. Yeah, you can blame it on what you like, Michael, but it was you that was moonwalking out of some kid's bedroom at 3 o'clock in the morning. You fucking nonce. True story. I just can't control my feet. Yeah, I know we can't. Stop it walking into other people's bedrooms, you whopper. Tune now, innit? Proper tune, man. Proper tune. Right, anyway, fucking hell, it's 20 past 11. Jesus, man. Kept me talking. Can't have that. Can't have that. Anyway, when the screen goes clean, you know what it means. Get your dancing shoes on. Are we ready? Are we ready? Come on, let's boogie.
Another great night here at the Paris Pause. Folks, go give yourself a round of applause. Had a good chat, told the odd joke. Now get in the hot tub for a post-stream soak.
And that's that.